You're watching NDTV. I'm Arti Krishnan. Let's take a look at the top headlines. Former Jharkhand CM and JMM leader Champai Soren is likely to meet with BJP leaders in New Delhi. Earlier, he dismissed rumours of him joining the BJP. Politics over Karnataka governor's nod to persecute CM Siddaramaiah in the Muda scam case. Congress calls it vendetta. Submits memoranda to the president. Calls for peaceful protest. Prohibitory orders issued in Kolkata. No meetings, rallies allowed near Arjikar Hospital. 2 doctors and a BJP leader summoned in Kolkata rape and murder probe. US court says Pakistan origin businessman Tahawwur Rana, wanted for 26/11 Mumbai terror attacks, can be extradited to India and dismisses Rana's plea against extradition. Air India crew member allegedly assaulted in a hotel in London. The airline confirms intrusion took place. Congress has raised the issue and said the crew had flagged lack of security at the hotel. The former Jharkhand Chief Minister and JMM leader Champai Soren is set to meet with BJP leaders in New Delhi along with some MLAs as well. Remember, he had earlier dismissed rumours of him joining the BJP, saying that he was not aware of such rumours and that he is staying where he was. Sources also tell us that Jharkhand BJP is of the opinion that his joining won't help the party in the tribal belt and that Jharkhand BJP is unsure of Champai's pull in the tribal belt is what we're learning. Let's in fact quickly listen into what Champai Soren had earlier said, dismissing the rumours on him joining BJP.
अब क्या रिमार्क फैल रहा है नहीं रहा है ये हमको कोई पता नहीं है ना, हमको खबर पता नहीं तो सच्चाई का सच और झूठ का कहां से हम आकलन करेंगे, हमको कुछ पता नहीं है, हमको कुछ नहीं पता है ना, क्या सोच है क्या झट है, हम अपना ठीक है जहां पर है वहीं पर है.
My colleague Prabhakar joins us with more details. Prabhakar, we're learning at this point that Champai Soren is en route Delhi. He's going to meet with BJP leaders. But at the same time, sources telling us that the BJP is not too sure of Champai Soren's pull in the tribal belt of Jharkhand.
Yeah, exactly. Champai Soren has never been a big tribal face and he shot to limelight only when he was made the chief minister when Hemant Soren was sent behind bars. So Champai Soren is not a tribal face on which BJP would actually be banking upon. As far as his speculation of joining BJP is concerned, it's still a political speculation. There's no confirmation on it. Champai Soren himself had denied that thing. But today, he is in Delhi and he is scheduled to meet senior BJP leaders, we are told. Whether it's a routine meeting, whether it's a meeting regarding his departmental work, or is there any political motive behind that? That has not been confirmed yet, not from BJP end as well, and also from the JMM end. We were told that the JMM leader and the Chief Minister Hemant Soren, after this speculative news came into public domain, he had a word with Champai Soren. And Champai Soren, remember, is a old guard of JMM. He is supposed to be very close to Hemant Soren's father, Shibu Soren, and that's the reason why he was chosen as a trusted man to become the Chief Minister. But we are learning, and that is being confirmed by the JMM sources, that he was not happy the way he was made to resign from the Chief Minister post when Hemant Soren was set by the court and he took over the charge of the Chief Minister Jharkhand. So that entire process which happened, he was not very happy about it. So that actually gives rise to speculation that he might actually be joining the BJP camp, but no confirmation on it as of now.
Right, Prabhakar, stay on with us. Let me also bring in my colleague Vasudha, bringing us with more details. Vasudha, in terms of now what the BJP and Champai Soren will be discussing, although like Prabhakar was stating, Champai Soren isn't a big tribal face that would perhaps cause defections from the JMM. So the big question is, what is the drawback then that the JMM will have if he decides to join the BJP?
Well, Aarti, it's all about optics. politics, and Jharkhand is a very critical poll-bound state, and Jharkhand is all about tribal politics. The BJP has been pushing this narrative that the JMM is nothing but a dynasty-led political party, and for the BJP to get somebody like Sir Champai Soren, although completely agree with Prabhakar's point that he is not that big a tribal leader, this will also be a strong move on the part of the BJP to show that the JMM is run completely by one family. It is in the influence and dominance of just one family, and which is why Champai Soren has also been, according to many sources, a little upset with the fact that he was unceremoniously dropped as the chief minister when Mr. Hemant Soren got out of bail, and he was reinstated as the chief minister of Jharkhand. So that could be one move, but like Bhatta was also pointing out, all of this is in the realm of speculation. Amit Shah is not in Delhi today. He is in Ahmedabad, so he's expected to come back to Delhi tonight. And what we hear is Champai Soren has come to Delhi with 5 of his MLAs. Hemanta Biswa Sharma, Shivraj Singh Chauhan and Lakshmikant Bajpayee are critical BJP leaders handling this move in the sense, Jharkhand for the party. But clearly what we've been told is that the central leadership is going to take a call on this, and they will do this after talking to state leaders. So there is going to be a lot of consultations and discussions before a final move is made. Been critical, from the tribal point of view, from optics. Also, given that in 2024, Lok Sabha elections, BJP did end up losing all the tribal-dominated seats of Jharkhand. This is also important for the BJP to show that its dominance amongst SC/ST voters is not really going down. So clearly, we'll have to wait and watch. But as of now, everything is in the political realm of speculations. But Champai Soren is in Delhi, and he will be meeting a few BJP leaders.
Right, Prabhakar. In fact, talking about the other MLAs that are with Champai as well, that's also causing speculation on if Champai is going to bring in more leaders to the BJP from the JMM.
Exactly. That must be a cause of worry for JMM. But remember, as we have been telling, BJP has a couple of senior leaders who are prominent tribal faces. So you're talking about Marandi, you are talking about Arjun Munda. So they are already in the BJP camp. So whether BJP actually meets Champai Soren on their side, as Vasudha was saying, it actually creates optics. It creates a political narrative, and that helps during the election time. So BJP might actually try to fish him for that very reason. But whether he's a vote garner, whether he'd actually be taken as a face of the tribal face of BJP, no, because BJP already has a couple of senior prominent tribal faces there, and they're all of them are actually the former chief ministers. So they're already there, and they're heading the as BJP is concerned.
Right, Prabhakar, thank you for joining us, bringing us those details. Let me bring in my colleague Vasudha again. Vasudha, now finally in terms of strategy, remember Jharkhand is going to be going to polls. So this is a crucial point. Like you said, optics could change the game altogether right before the elections.
Absolutely, Aarti. Which is why we could see that the BJP was very serious, and that is why it put in people like Hemanta Biswa Sharma, Shivraj Singh Chauhan as in charge of the state. So these are seasoned leaders, experienced leaders who understand politics and also understand the compulsions that come with politics. So it's not just ideological politics. Both of them understand that, there will have to be a certain giveaways, when it comes to states like Jharkhand, which rely a lot on tribal politics, which is why, both of them have been appointed as in charge, and they are sort of in some ways gearing, in some ways leading all the movements that are happening there. Both of them are seen as experienced people. More than that, to 2024 elections of Jharkhand, Lok Sabha elections also show that the BJP has lost a lot of momentum when it comes to tribal states, tribal seats, and which in some ways was also blamed on the arrest of Hemant Soren, who was the only tribal chief minister that the country had. So clearly there was a lot of talks and consultations and discussions amongst BJP leaders that there needs to be a re-strategizing, recalibration of its strategy when it comes to tribal seats, despite having representation. The president of India is from the tribal community. She, she's worked as a Jharkhand governor also in her past avatar, but still, the tribal seats of Jharkhand did not go the BJP way, which is why there is some re-strategizing that's happening. But other than that, like Prabhakar was also saying, there is, there's politics involved. We did see Setu Soren, who is from the immediate family of, Hemant Soren, Shibu Soren, joining the BJP. She contested from Dumka. So clearly the BJP has always been open for these high-profile leaders because it creates narrative. We've seen people like Atal also joining the BJP from other states. So clearly this sets a certain narrative that the BJP is acceptable even amongst family members of those who have been rewarded by the party because, at the end of the day, the Congress party or its allies are just dynasty-driven. This is a narrative that the BJP wants to set forward, and that is in line with what is happening today. Champai Soren, of course, is in Delhi, but we'll have to wait and watch how much the BJP really takes him in, because in the last few days, it has also been pointed out to the BJP that a lot of outsiders coming in and making their mark in the party circles has also sent some resentment amongst party insiders, ideologically driven people. So this time, I'm told that they will be a little more careful about the people that they take in.
Right. Thank you for joining us and bringing us those details on this story, Vasudha. In fact, let's quickly listen in again to what Champai Soren had earlier said. Remember, earlier he had dismissed the rumors that were going around about him joining BJP. Listen in.
अब क्या रिमार्क फैल रहा है नहीं रहा है ये हमको कोई पता नहीं है ना। हमको खबर है पता नहीं तो सच्चाई का सच या झूठ का कहां से हम आकलन करेंगे। हमको कुछ पता नहीं है, हमको कुछ नहीं पता है ना। क्या सोच है क्या झट है, हम अपना ठीक है जहां पर है वहीं पर है।
Shifting focus now, the Congress in Karnataka will stage statewide protests against the permission given by Governor Gehlot to prosecute Chief Minister Siddaramaiah for his alleged role in the Muda alternative site scam. The Congress State President D.K. Shivakumar had called upon the party leaders and workers to take out a kilometre-long march to the taluk and district level offices and submit memoranda addressed to the President of India against the governor's move. Listen in to what D.K. Shivakumar had to say.
ಎಲ್ಲ ಜಿಲ್ಲಾ ಕೇಂದ್ರಗಳಲ್ಲೂ ಕೂಡ ಕಾಂಗ್ರೆಸ್ ಪಕ್ಷದ ಕಾರ್ಯಕರ್ತರು ಮುಖಂಡರುಗಳು ರಾಷ್ಟ್ರಪತಿಗಳಿಗೆ ಅವರು ರೆಪ್ರೆಸೆಂಟೇಷನ್ನ ಕಳಿಸ್ಕೊಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ. ಏಕೆಂದರೆ ಇವತ್ತು ಪ್ರಜಾಪ್ರಭುತ್ವದ ಒಂದು ಕಗ್ಗೊಲೆ, ಒಂದು ದೊಡ್ಡ ಸರ್ಕಾರನ ಇಶ್ಯೂ ಇಲ್ಲದೆ ಹೋದನ್ನ ಇಶ್ಯೂ ಮಾಡೋಕ್ಕೆ ಇವತ್ತು ಹೊರಟಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ನಾವೆಲ್ಲ ನಮ್ಮ ಮುಖಂಡಗಳಿಗೆಲ್ಲ ನಾವು ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ದೀವಿ. ಎಲ್ಲ ಜಿಲ್ಲಾ ಕೇಂದ್ರಗಳಲ್ಲೂ ಕೂಡ
My colleague Pratibha joins us with more details. Pratibha, now the Congress planning a statewide protest against the governor's decision. Not just that, they've also submitted memoranda to the president against this particular decision.
That's right. They're exploring all options in terms of their counter strategy. One, looking at the legal route to fight this, and two, with respect to the protest, because the Congress leaders did mention that this would be fought at the People's Court as well as the judiciary. And there have been relentless protests held by Congress loyalists as well as Siddaramaiah loyalists in different pockets of Karnataka, from Bidar to regions like Mysore as well. And while these protests are on, the Congress government has also laid allegations against the governor for not following protocol in terms of issuing the permission for prosecution. They've said that that will also be fought legally at the court, while the social activist or one of the complainants who had approached the governor first has said that he would be fighting this against Siddaramaiah at the court as well. While the ball is at the court, the protests are on ground.
Right, Pratibha. Thank you for joining us and bringing us those details. Shifting focus now, Kolkata police have banned gatherings around the Arjikar Medical College and Hospital in Kolkata for 7 days amid protests against the rape and murder of a postgraduate trainee doctor. Now, the Ministry of Home Affairs has issued a diktat to all states asking them to submit reports on law and order situations every 2 hours. A team of 5 experts from the CBI CFSL is conducting the psychological test on Sanjay Roy, the main accused in the case as well. 2 doctors and the BJP leader have also been summoned in the case. And despite assurances by the Health Ministry for doctors' safety, the National Federation of Resident Doctors of AIIMS has decided to continue the indefinite protest, however ensuring that health services are not disrupted. In fact,
बहुत ही करप्टेड आदमी है वो। आरजीकर मेडिकल कॉलेज में स्टूडेंट लोगों को फेल कराना, टेंडर ऑर्डर देकर के 20% कमीशन लेना, मतलब आरजीकर में जो भी काम होता था, पोस्टिंग हो, ट्रांसफर हो, हाउस स्टाफशिप हो, सब जगह वो पैसा खाते थे। सिर्फ यही नहीं, गेस्ट हाउस में जूनियर जो स्टूडेंट है उन लोगों को बैठ करके शराब वगैरह पिलाते थे और उन स्टूडेंट लोगों से आंदोलन भी करवाते थे। मतलब एक माफिया राजा बोल सकते हैं। मैंने अपनी पूरे कैरियर में इतना गंदा इंसान नहीं देखा। और वो खुद उनके सिक्योरिटी के लिए 20 आदमी था, प्लस 4 आदमी बाउंसर को लेके चलते। इन्फ्लुएंशियल पावरफुल है, क्योंकि मैंने उनके अगेंस्ट में कंप्लेन किया था। मैं 2023 साल जुलाई में मैंने कंप्लेन किया था।
The Central Bureau of Investigation has called in the former principal of the RG Kar Medical Hospital, Sandeep Ghosh, for the third consecutive day for questioning and interrogation. Remember, this former principal has been under questioning by the CBI for the past 2 days and is, continuously being called in for questioning by the CBI. And what we also know is that the CBI has sent the Central Forensic Science Lab from Delhi has sent in a team to Kolkata for psychological tests of the primary and the main accused in the rape and murder case of this young doctor at this hospital. The main accused, Sanjay Roy, is going to, psychological tests will be conducted on the primary accused by this FSL team that has come to Kolkata. What we also know is that Kolkata police has issued notices to two doctors with respect to spreading fake information, misinformation with respect to the case regarding spreading rumors. These two doctors are Dr. Kunal Sarkar and Dr. Subharno Goswami. These two doctors have been also called by the Kolkata police this afternoon, along with BJP leader Locket Chatterjee, as she has also been charged of, and the police are calling them over for questioning regarding spreading such misinformation regarding the case. Dr. Subharno Goswami is a popular name amongst the doctors in the state in Kolkata, and he has been, allegedly been giving interviews regarding fake information with respect to the case. So this is what is major developments happening with respect to the case in Kolkata at RG Kar Medical Hospital. Also, meanwhile, the protest, the doctor strike continues not just in Kolkata but nationwide across. The strike continues as doctors continue, not just doctors but people continue to rage out regarding the safety of women at this point in the country across board. So this is what is happening currently here right now, and what is the main question remains is that will further arrests be made in the case. CBI is constantly questioning the former principal. However, he's not been named in the FIR. Will his name be included in the FIR in the future? These are a lot of questions remain in front of the CBI right now that need to be investigated into. In Kolkata with camera person Ashwini Mehra, this is Tanushka Datta for NDTV.
In yet another case of a physical assault, a female doctor in Mumbai Sion Hospital was physically assaulted early this morning. The female doctor was attacked by 5 to 6 drunk attendants, and this incident, remember, comes days after the horrific rape and murder of a trainee doctor in Kolkata's RG Kar Medical Hospital. Shifting focus, Pakistani origin Canadian businessman Tahawwur Rana, wanted in India for his role in the 2008 Mumbai terror attacks that killed over 160 people, can be sent to India under the Indo-US extradition treaty, a court in California had ruled. Now, Rana is in a Los Angeles jail over charges linked to the 26/11 Mumbai terror attacks. Rana is known to be associated with the Pakistan-American Lashkar-e-Taiba terrorist David Coleman Headley as well, one of the main conspirators of the Mumbai attacks. And Rana is also accused of having links with Pakistan's ISI. My colleague Radhika has reports on this. Take a look.
A big breakthrough for India in the 26/11 probe. A court in the US has ruled that Tahawwur Rana, an accused in the 26/11 case, can be extradited to India. He's on the brink of extradition. In fact, the court ruling that India has provided sufficient evidence to the US to establish his role in the Mumbai terror attack. So therefore, as per the treaty between the two countries, he can be extradited, is what the court has said. This is a big victory as far as Indian agencies are concerned. As far as Tahawwur Rana's role is concerned, he is a co-conspirator in this particular case. That's what the agencies have said. In fact, he is associated with the main conspirator in the case, David Coleman Headley. They were in touch. They were friends from school. Later, it was Tahawwur Rana who had provided logistics logistical support and cover to David Coleman Headley to visit India, to visit Mumbai. In fact, Tahawwur Rana had an immigration service office in Canada and was setting up branches in Mumbai, which provided a perfect cover for David Coleman Headley to visit Mumbai on multiple occasions. Multiple entry business visa was provided to David Coleman Headley to conduct recce and surveillance in the city of Mumbai ahead of attacks. Of course, he had provided all these support and was also aware of the targets that were being identified by David Coleman Headley. Indian agencies in possession of the communication between Headley and Tahawwur Rana. Tahawwur Rana was also aware of all the recruitments that were being done by Headley as well. A charge sheet was also filed by Mumbai Crime Branch. This was done last year, in which it spoke about the role of Tahawwur Rana. It said that Rana had in fact visited Mumbai a few days before the attacks. He was staying in a hotel in Powai, so they are in possession of the records from the hotel, and there was also conversation between Tahawwur Rana as well as the hotel staff, in which he had spoken about crowded places that he perhaps can target. So therefore, Indian agencies, the Mumbai police, also in possession of multiple documents, evidence, also communication, emails between David Headley as well as Tahawwur Rana to establish his role. Now, as far as how this will benefit India, once he is extradited, this will help India unearth the larger conspiracy as far as the case is concerned, and also understand what kind of logistical and financial support Tahawwur Rana provided, and also understand the larger role of Pakistan in the 26/11 Mumbai terror attacks. So yes, a big victory for India, and perhaps this could provide some sort of closure to 26/11 victims.
Now, Air India has confirmed that an intruder did enter the room of an Air India cabin crew member in London amid reports that the staffer may have been physically assaulted. In a statement issued late last night, Air India had said that they're deeply anguished by an unlawful incident of intrusion at a hotel operated by a major international chain that affected one of their crew members. They also said that they're providing all possible support to their colleague and broader team, including professional counseling. Now, Air India also further said that the privacy of the crew member needs to be respected and that the airline is working with the London police to address the incident. Now, Air India has not officially, however, responded to a specific query on whether the crew member in question had been assaulted. Meanwhile, Congress leader Manish Tiwari raises the issue, saying the cabin crew had earlier complained of the lack of security in the hotel. He also said in his post on social media platform X that Air India chose to do nothing about it, thereby deliberately putting the crew at risk. Now, shifting focus, a woman attempted to jump off the Mumbai Trans-Harbour Link, also known as the Atal Setu in Mumbai, but was saved by a cab driver and police personnel on Friday evening. The dramatic rescue was captured on CCTV, showing the driver and police pulling the woman to safety. This woman had been identified as 56-year-old Reema Mukesh Patel and is a resident of Bulandshahr, a suburb in the northeast of Mumbai. In the video, she can be seen sitting on the safety barrier of Atal Setu and then throws something into the sea and then attempts to jump off before being saved by the driver and the police personnel just in time. And now join us as we chat with Hollywood legends Halle Berry and Mark Wahlberg about their new film, The Union. NDTV's Arun Singh will test their on-screen chemistry with a fun quiz and get the inside scoop on their roles in the behind-the-scenes moments.
Roxanne Hall, how often is it that you run into your high school sweetheart after 25 long years?
2 shots, please.
You can handle your liquor now?
I can always handle my liquor.
I don't know. I got a vomit-stained tuxedo that says different, but
Wait, you still got your tuxedo from high school?
Yeah.
Really?
And it still fits.
Do you have an ulterior motive for bringing you here?
You trying to whisk me away with you, huh?
Something like that.
Hold your breath as we have two of the biggest names in entertainment. First up, an Oscar-winning powerhouse known for her iconic roles and undeniable charisma, Halle Berry. And alongside her, a true Hollywood dynamo who brings a blend of charm and intensity to every role he takes on, Mark Wahlberg. Together, they're joining forces in the thrilling new film, The Union, on Netflix. A very warm welcome to both of you.
Hello.
Hey.
Since the film is called The Union, we'll see how good is your union. Just to break the ice, we have a fun segment called How Well Do You Know Each Other? I'll begin with you, Mark. Let's see how much do you know about Halle. Halle Berry won an Academy Award for which film? This is your first question.
Monsters Ball.
Absolutely correct. How many followers does she have on Instagram?
I don't know, but she should have the most of any person in the world. That's for sure.
Lovely. When did Halle make her big screen debut? Big screen debut, huh?
Would that be Living Dolls?
How do you know this?
Well, that was kind of like the first time that we actually met.
You know this.
I'm right. Am I right? 2 times in a row? That's small screen, but it's still, that's a big debut.
I'm going to fail.
Don't worry.
Yes, you were right in first 2 answers, but Living Dolls was on small screen. How are you going to score him, Halle?
How do I score?
Right now I'm at 100%. So far, I got everything right so far.
Okay, now let's go to Halle. Questions about Mark now. What's his restaurant chain called?
Oh, she knows
You're
this
asking
one.
me? Oh, Wahlburgers.
I just sent the food truck to her house.
He sent me a truck, and these burgers are amazing. They are rivaling my favorite burger outlet, which is In-N-Out. I think they might be edging them out.
Whoa.
So that's saying something.
Second question. Which kind of music was Mark into before he entered the film industry?
Well, I don't know, kind of hip.
What could you
Marky
call
Mark and
it?
the Funky Bunch? Like, what was that
What
called?
would you call it?
Good music. It was good music. I was a fan.
Now
It was
she's
good.
being kind.
He was a rapper, and I was going to ask his stage name, but you answered that already. Marky Mark. Now let's come back to The Union. You two are playing high school sweethearts who re-enter each other's life to get onto a mission. Any inspiration you drew from your real life to get the parts right?
In real life, it's very realistic that somebody would wait 25 years to reconnect if they kind of messed it up the first time and wait there in hopes that she would walk back through that door. And then, of course, the first time I ever left the U.S. and left my neighborhood, I went to London, and it was a real out-of-body experience. I was complete culture shock. Was supposed to be there for 2 weeks, only made it for 2 days, but I didn't have to, do the things that my character does. But yeah, there are a lot of things that I could relate to in real life. And, I always kind of find some sort of personal connection to the roles that I play.
The movie features a mix of action, suspense, and drama. What was the most challenging scene for you, Halle?
I would say probably the scene where I had to sort of handle 3 guys at once. I love those scenes, but those are those scenes that you spend a little bit more time on. Timing of each one of those moves are very important when you have different people coming at you in different directions. You want to be safe. You don't want to, not hit your mark. You don't want to hurt anybody. You don't want to get hurt. So that was probably something really challenging for me.
Well, I would say none of you look your age, but thanks a lot for this insightful conversation. This is Arun Singh signing off.
Does this remind you of something?
8th grade, Jenna's closet.
That's the one.
Mike, get back in the car, Mike! I'm glad it's you and me. And I'm really glad I walked back into that bar.
You're welcome.
You're welcome.
Stay informed and entertained with the new and updated NDTV News app. You can watch all our channels live, listen to podcasts, read breaking and exclusive news from around the world and more. Download the NDTV app today and get access to the best journalism and storytelling on your smartphone or tablet. The NDTV app. News that matters to you.
Landslide devastation in Kerala's Wayanad. Join NDTV's initiative. Donate for Kerala.
Hi, I'm Shreya Saran. Kerala's Wayanad area is hit by devastating landslides, resulting in loss of lives and livelihood. Kerala needs your help right now. Let's join NDTV initiative. Come, donate, let's rebuild Wayanad.
Some people say the metaverse will only be virtual. One day this lecture hall will be made of code, and driverless cars would be trapped in intersections. But even in this maze of the future, you can't wish away health. It's time to become more resilient. "10 years of Banega Swasth India, we have grown and achieved so many milestones. And now I have a plan to beat the urgency, to stop breathing with difficulty, to relieve getting choked with inactivity. Energize our government,
Hello and welcome to a brand new but critically needed initiative, India Sustainability Mission. We're going through a severe climate crisis which is pushing the entire human race to the edge. Each year, India is losing thousands of lives due to different climate catastrophes. On the economic front, we're losing billions of rupees each year. In 2022, in just a single year, India lost a whopping 8% of its GDP to climate disasters. So what exactly is a climate disaster, or what we call natural disasters? Where do the solutions lie as part of the India Sustainability Mission? It's time we dig deep to find real workable solutions to the crisis that is upon all of humanity. I'm Gargi Rawat.
नमस्कार, मैं हूं सिकता देव। भारत एक विशाल और विविध देश आज जलवायु परिवर्तन की चुनौती का सामना कर रहा है, लेकिन ये सिर्फ एक समस्या नहीं है बल्कि एक अवसर भी है। एक अवसर हमारे देश को एक अधिक टिकाऊ, समृद्ध और स्वस्थ देश बनाने की। भारत ने सस्टेनेबिलिटी के क्षेत्र में महत्वपूर्ण कदम उठाए हैं। नवीकरणीय ऊर्जा जैसे सौर और पवन ऊर्जा में बड़े निवेश के साथ भारत दुनिया के अग्रणी देशों में से एक बन रहा है। जल संरक्षण के लिए जल संसाधनों के संरक्षण और कुशल उपयोग पर जोर दिया जा रहा है। वन संरक्षण में वनों के संरक्षण और वृक्षारोपण पर महत्वपूर्ण पहल हुई है। स्वच्छ भारत अभियान के तहत स्वच्छता और स्वस्थ जीवन शैली को बढ़ावा देने के लिए एक व्यापक अभियान चलाया गया। प्रदूषण कम करने के लिए इलेक्ट्रिक वाहनों, ग्रीन मोबिलिटी को बढ़ावा दिया जा रहा है। तो हम क्या कर सकते हैं? यही है हमारी ये पहल। सस्टेनेबिलिटी एक सामूहिक प्रयास है। हम सभी अपनी भूमिका निभा सकते हैं और यही है एनडीटीवी के इंडिया सस्टेनेबिलिटी मिशन का मकसद। और हमारे साथ गार्गी एक बेहद खास पैनल।
Bilkul, joining us today on the program, we have Professor Ashok Pandey, who's Executive Director, Center for Energy and Environment Sustainability. Professor Gitanjoy Sahu, who's a professor at the Center for Climate Change and Sustainability Studies, School of Habitat Studies, Tata Institute of Social Sciences, Mumbai.
और साथ ही पंकज कुमार को-फाउंडर हैं और डायरेक्टर है क्वांट सोलर टेक्नोलॉजीज प्राइवेट लिमिटेड के, और ये पायनियर्स हैं फ्लोटिंग सोलर पावर प्लांट्स के हमारे देश में। साथ ही हरजीत सिंह जो कि ग्लोबल एंगेजमेंट डायरेक्टर है फॉसिल फ्यूल नॉन पॉलिफरेशन ट्रीटी इनिशिएटिव के, और साथ ही एक और ख़ास मेहमान जो जुड़ रहे हैं हमारे साथ, सुदीप जैन, एडिशनल सेक्रेटरी मिनिस्ट्री ऑफ न्यू एंड रिन्यूएबल एनर्जी। आप सभी का स्वागत है इस खास चर्चा में।
So thank you all for joining us on this program. But before we start our discussion, let's set the context for why India's Sustainability Mission, why this conversation is so very critical. So that gave you a sense of, the kind of calamities the country has been through. And Mr. Singh, I'd like to begin with you. When we talk about if just the recent Wayanad tragedy that took place just 2 weeks ago, it's the latest in this string of natural disasters that we've seen. So what is the link with climate change? Because we often say that it is because of climate change, a lot of these disasters are getting exacerbated.
So Gargi, first of all, we should stop calling them natural disasters, because there is nothing natural in these disasters anymore, and there's a huge human induced factor into it, be it the way we have caused destruction to the natural habitats. And we have always known that Western Ghats are very eco-sensitive. Professor Madhav Gadgil's report in 2011 talked about how majority of this area should be declared as eco-sensitive zone, and we should stop all kind of mining and all kind of heavy construction activities, but we kept doing it.
In fact, that report was watered down, wasn't it?
Absolutely. And what climate change is doing, climate change is exacerbating the already existing problem. So we call climate change as a threat multiplier, which means that there is something massively wrong with our development and the way we have destroyed environment. And now with climate change, these disasters are increasing and we have no capacity to deal with that. So we need to look at climate change, which is increased intensity and frequency of these disasters. But we have got some massive problem with our development model itself. That's the core of the problem that we are facing when we look at disasters all around us.
That's right, and sustainability.
बिल्कुल एक बड़ा मुद्दा है और इसके लिए भारत सरकार प्रतिबद्ध है. सुदीप जी, अब भारत सरकार सस्टेनेबल देश बनाने के लिए प्रतिबद्ध है और तमाम कदम भी उठाए जा रहे हैं, लेकिन इस वक्त सरकार के लिए सबसे बड़ी चुनौती क्या है?
So thank you, Sikta. आप जो issues raise कर रहे हैं, it's very pertinent that climate change is for real, and India is committed towards its goals for net zero by 2070. India is also committed. It has its own nationally determined contributions. The first time, अगर आप देखेंगे 2015 में जब माननीय प्रधानमंत्री जी ने ये NDCs announce किया, the target was कि renewable energy क्षेत्र में हम non-fossil fuel से 40% of our total generation capacity in the country for power generation should come from non-fossil fuel. Target was कि 2030 तक हम ये 40% achieve करेंगे. I am happy to share with you that the country surpassed those targets 9 years ahead of its commitments. So 2020 में we were able to surpass these, and 2021 then Honorable Prime Minister in the country came up with the Panch Amrit, where the new NDCs were set, a 50% target for non-fossil fuel generation capacity out of the total generation capacity of power in the country to be achieved by 2030. I am glad to share that we will surely be surpassing that much earlier. We have already reached almost 45%, and we'll soon be surpassing that 50% also.
तो बहुत काम हो रहा है अशोक जी अब सरकार के स्तर पर भी, लेकिन अगर हम देखें 10 साल पहले तक क्लाइमेट चेंज पर हम चर्चा बस करते थे, लेकिन अभी हमारे 2 स्टेप पर है. ऐसे में भारत जैसे देश के लिए इसके आर्थिक प्रभाव भी हैं और ये इस वक्त हर किसी को, हमारे दर्शकों को हमें समझना ज़रूरी है.
आज इस क्लाइमेट चेंज की हम बात कर रहे हैं, पर्यावरण परिवर्तन की बात कर रहे हैं. दैट इज़ व्हाट इज़ मेड बाय ह्यूमन मेड क्लाइमेट चेंज, नो. और उसके लिए निश्चित रूप से हम सभी जिम्मेदार हैं. जिम्मेदारी से कोई बच नहीं सकता. ये हो सकता है कि कोई देश ज़्यादा जिम्मेदार हो, कोई देश कम हो, ये एक चर्चा का विषय, बहस का विषय है, लेकिन जिम्मेदार हम सभी हैं. और उसका जो प्रभाव है निश्चित रूप से सबसे अधिक जो है आर्थिक नुकसान, और वो आर्थिक नुकसान सबके लिए हो रहा है. अब उसका प्रभाव जैसे हम बोलते हैं, चाहे गरीब हो, चाहे अमीर हो, चाहे कोई बड़ा देश हो, चाहे कोई छोटा देश हो, विकसित देश हो, विकासशील देश हो, सबके ऊपर प्रभाव पड़ रहा है. क्लाइमेट चेंज के बारे में हम जब बात करें तो हमें ग्लोबल कॉन्सेप्ट को मन में रखना होगा, लेकिन एक्शन हमको लोकल नीड के हिसाब से लेना होगा, जिसको हम बोलते हैं लोकली मेड क्लाइमेट एडाप्टेशन प्रोजेक्ट्स. वायनाड की रिक्वायरमेंट दूसरी है, सिक्किम की रिक्वायरमेंट दूसरी है, और उसके लिए उसी अनुसार जो स्थानीय समस्याएं हैं, स्थानीय भाषा में उनका निदान होना चाहिए, स्थानीय लोगों के साथ मिलकर उसका निदान होना चाहिए। ये सब बहुत आवश्यक चीज़ें हैं।
Right, and within countries also solutions have to be found. Professor Sao, so what is the solution? That's the whole aim of this campaign, that we have to look at solutions, see what they are, where they are within our grasp. So, and sustainability is the word that, has become quite the byword now. So, if you could explain for our viewers, what do we mean when we say sustainability?
Thank you so much. The concept of sustainability has been defined and understood differently. The literal meaning emphasizes to maintain the resources for future generations without compromising their ability to use that resources. But unfortunately, the values that are attached with sustainability has not been understood by the policymakers. There are diverse ways to look at the concept of climate change, similarly the concept of sustainability. And when we say diverse ways, because in Indian political system, if you look at the policies are framed in a way which are not in a position to understand diverse contexts.
We talk about how planting trees is a way of countering climate change, etc., and saving the environment. But what about the existing forests that one already has that, we often see are getting diverted for projects? Yes, we need infrastructure, we need development and growth, but how to strike that balance between our needs for development and infrastructure, at the same time protecting these forests that do us this, we can't even value the kind of services they provide for us in terms of water and clean air.
Right. So, if you look at post-liberalization period, India has massively diverted forests. On an average, we divert 20,000 hectares every year without having a mechanism to do preventive measures. For example, we have a policy, Forest Conservation Act 1980, which emphasizes that whenever we divert forest, equivalent area of afforestation programs should be undertaken. But many of these reports that we see, including the CAG report, which suggests that the afforestation programs are not effective because first, we are not able to get non-forest area whenever we divert forest area. Equivalent non-forest area should be identified for afforestation programs. Second, whatever forest area is identified, the survival rate is very low. Okay? But the other problem related to afforestation program is the emphasis is given more on the centralized process of plantation and afforestation programs. We have a very progressive legislation, that is Forest Rights Act of 2006, which emphasizes the role and importance of Gram Sabha, and there are several evidences in the past that whenever community is involved in the plantation activity, survival rate is very high. But unfortunately, we continue the highly centralized process of plantation without recognizing the participation of community. The current method and process of afforestation programs need to be relooked at.
सस्टेनेबिलिटी के इन सवालों और समाधानों के बीच आप लोग वो काम कर रहे हैं जिससे हर किसी को करना चाहिए, प्रेरणा लेना चाहिए। तो आप लोगों को क्या लगा कि हम इस के लिए हम अपना योगदान दे सकते हैं और इस तरह से हम इसमें जुड़ सकते हैं इस प्रक्रिया में?
So it was the year 2015 and 16, and we got to read a lot of news that government of India has big plans in sustainability, developing a lot of clean energy projects. But and solar was becoming more popular because of the low cost and better cost efficiency and better output. So the real challenge was implementing the big scale solar projects which the government was facing, and that was about the aggregating the agricultural lands. Suppose you are doing a 100 megawatt project, you need 400 acres of land to implement those kind of the projects. So given the commitment of Government of India in climate change conventions about 500 gigawatt of non-fossil energy, we have a very big target actually, and to achieve those targets we require huge land resource. We talk about the wind energy or solar energy, we need lakhs and lakhs of acres of land to implement those kind of projects. But India being an agricultural prime economy, we don't have that kind of land actually. Then how do we generate that kind of that volume of energy, solar energy? So from there we got the idea of developing something which can rule out the requirement of land, and from there we started working on some new concepts that if we can install the solar projects on water bodies, because India is blessed with thousands of water bodies like reservoirs, dams, catchment areas, lakes. These are all remaining unutilized actually. So from there we got that concept, and then we started working on it. We got some pilot project done in extreme, in remote location of Assam, which got very successful. And then we realized that it could be implemented on a bigger way in some big scale projects. And that's how this idea moved forward. And then today we are, I'm very glad that the mission with which we started this, this company, this startup, today we are doing so many projects all across India. We are doing the projects on big dams, big reservoirs, and we are saving crores and crores of fresh water every year by containing evaporation, and we are getting, you know, the unused water surface utilized for that solar generation.
अब इंस्पायरिंग स्टोरी है आपकी और प्रेरणा सभी को देती है, लेकिन ब्रेक में जाने से पहले एक छोटा सा सवाल सुदीप जी आपसे। जब हम एनर्जी इंडिपेंडेंस की बात करते हैं जिसको हमें अचीव करना है साल 2047 तक, तो इसका क्या मतलब आम दर्शक समझे?
थैंक यू सिक्ता। नहीं, बिल्कुल सही आपका क्वेश्चन है। एनर्जी आज अगर आप देखेंगे, हम ऑलमोस्ट 90% ऑयल हमारा इंपोर्ट होता है, एंड दैट इज द बिगेस्ट सोर्स ऑफ एनर्जी। हम 2047 तक द टारगेट इज कि रिन्यूएबल एनर्जी के थ्रू हम जहां डायरेक्ट अभी इलेक्ट्रिसिटी यूज होती है, जहां ट्रांसपोर्ट में इस समय एनर्जी यूज होती है, क्या उसको हम इलेक्ट्रिक व्हीकल्स में कन्वर्ट करके एंड रिन्यूएबल एनर्जी के थ्रू वो सारा हैंडल कर सकते हैं। सिमिलरली इंडस्ट्री में बहुत सारी जगह हीट प्रोसेसेस के लिए बहुत सारा फॉसिल फ्यूल यूज होता है। ये सारी चीज़ें, इंडिया इज वर्किंग ऑन अ वेरी वेरी एम्बिशियस टारगेट एंड वेरी एम्बिशियस प्रोग्राम्स विच आर ऑलरेडी देयर, वेरी लार्ज प्रोग्राम्स। हम कंप्लीटली इलेक्ट्रिक व्हीकल पे मूव करने का प्लान पे हैं। सिमिलरली ऑन द इंडस्ट्रियल साइड, जो हीट प्रोसेसेस का, जो इंडिया हैज टेकन द लीड इन टर्म्स ऑफ ग्रीन हाइड्रोजन generation of 5 million metric tons capacity of green hydrogen per annum is our target for 2030. So ये targets जब हम achieve करेंगे, तो हमारे majority of the energy sources हम ना केवल अपने आप generate करेंगे, but हम उनको clean and renewable energy के through ही generate करेंगे। So that is the target of energy independence by 2047, and we are right on track on those targets.
All right. Well, thank you so much for that, sir. And time for us to slip into a short break, but we're going to talk more about the solutions on the other side, and also what, you know, the common person, citizens can do when it comes to sustainability.
Stay informed and entertained with the new and updated NDTV News app. You can watch all our channels live, listen to podcasts, read breaking and exclusive news from around the world and more. Download the NDTV app today and get access to the best journalism and storytelling on your smartphone or tablet. The NDTV app. News that matters to you.
Landslide devastation in Kerala's Wayanad. Join NDTV's initiative. Donate for Kerala.
Hi, I'm Champai Soren. Kerala's Wayanad area is hit by devastating landslides, resulting in loss of lives and livelihood. Kerala needs your help right now. Let's join NDTV initiative. Come, donate, let's rebuild Wayanad.
Some people say the metaverse will only be virtual. One day this lecture hall will be made of code, and driverless cars would be trapped in intersections. But even in this maze of the future, you can't wish away health. It's time to become more resilient. 10 years of Banega Swasth India, we have grown and achieved so many milestones. And now I have a plan to beat the urgency, to stop breathing with difficulty, to relieve getting choked with inactivity. energize our government, our environment, our society, and ourselves. Everyone, everywhere, every day. Banega Swasth India. One world hygiene.
Stay informed and entertained with the new and updated NDTV News app. You can watch all our channels live, listen to podcasts, read breaking and exclusive news from around the world and more. Download the NDTV app today and get access to the best journalism and storytelling on your smartphone or tablet. The NDTV app. News that matters to you.
Landslide devastation in Kerala's Wayanad. Join NDTV's initiative. Donate for Kerala.
Hi, I'm Shreya Saran. Kerala's Wayanad area is hit by devastating landslides, resulting in loss of lives and livelihood. Kerala needs your help right now. Let's join NDTV initiative. Come, donate. Let's rebuild Wayanad.
Some people say the metaverse will only be virtual. One day this lecture hall will be made of code, and driverless cars would be trapped in intersections. But even in this maze of the future, you can't wish away health. It's time to become more resilient. "10 years of Banega Swasth India, we have grown and achieved so many milestones. And now I have a plan to beat the urgency, to stop breathing with difficulty, to relieve getting choked with inactivity. Energize our government, our environment, our society, and ourselves. Everyone, everywhere, every day.
Welcome back to our special show on India's sustainability mission, and we're talking about solutions and the way forward. And Mr. Singh, my next question is for you. At COP26, India had set a target of 500 gigawatts of non-fossil fuel-based energy by 2030. So how realistic is that? How close are we to that?
So as Mr. Sudeep already mentioned, we are doing pretty well when it comes to achieving that target. So we already have solar to the tune of 70 gigawatt, and we now plan to multiply it to 280 gigawatt by 2030. Similarly, on wind, we are slightly lagging behind, but we need to multiply that as well. We are about 40 gigawatt, and it should be increased to 140. That's the target government has set. And also hydro is going to be about 70 gigawatt. So we will be close to that 500 gigawatt. And in fact, as Mr. Sudeep said, we'll be achieving it much faster. But there are several challenges, particularly in terms of land, as Pankaj also mentioned, especially for solar projects, acquiring land is going to be challenging, plus also human resource capacity. How we are going to make sure that human resources are available to increase that capacity and then also maintain that. So those are some of the challenges, but overall the picture looks pretty positive when it comes to achieving targets for renewable energy.
जी अशोक जी, भारत को सस्टेनेबिलिटी की तरफ आगे बढ़ाने के लिए बायोटेक्नोलॉजी का खासा इस्तेमाल हो रहा है, और दूसरी जो ऊर्जा तकनीक है जिसका इस्तेमाल हो रहा है उसके बारे में बताइए कि किस तरह से इसमें काम हो रहा है इस दिशा में। भारत ने अंतर्राष्ट्रीय स्तर पर जो कमिटमेंट्स दिए हैं, अभी COP26 की बात हुई है, अकॉर्डिंग टू COP26 43% greenhouse gases should be reduced by 2030. India is one of the signatories, and 60% carbon dioxide, not carbon dioxide, greenhouse gases in total should be reduced by 2035, and that is from the level of 2019. Now that's India's signatory. That's the biggest challenge. How do you do it? So
To achieve them, obviously, India is such a vast country, and as I mentioned earlier, that we need to adopt different kind of strategies. There cannot be one solution for the whole country as such. So, among various renewable energies, of course, taking place in a very major way. We have already 180 gigawatt renewable energy. Solar energy is the major one. But then when you talk, because you are talking here climate change along with sustainability. Now, when you talk of sustainability, the challenge today, or which we are going to face in next year in a very, very major way, what we will do with the end of life solar panel. What we will do, these are millions of tons already accumulated in our country. What we are going to do with this end of life wind turbine blades, we do not have a solution.
And we've already
after
spoken
10
about
years
how we
later,
deal with garbage.
In this room, sitting, we will be discussing why this point was not taken into account when we talked about sustainable development. So this is one point which everyone has to take into account, policy makers, developers, and of course researchers, scientists, whatever. So when we talk of biotechnology, contribution of biotechnology, now today we are talking of not one subject, it's a cross-field research. Environmental biotechnology, industrial biotechnology, energy biosciences, they work in tandem along with the material scientists, because material development, when you talk of energy material, which is very important. Biohydrogen research, one of the biggest challenges, how do we store hydrogen? Storage materials, this is material research. And so many, so cross-field researcher, cross-field expertise, and accordingly cross-field policies must be developed. If at all we want to attain all those ambitious targets of 2030, 2035, 2047, we want to say that we are a developed country and so on. And biofuel is one of them. Biofuel, among biofuel we have biohydrogen, biogas, and bioethanol, biodiesel. Biodiesel is not feasible for in our country. It is made from vegetable oil, so that is not sustainable. Bioethanol is there, policy is there, but then there is a one basic issue. Traditionally, bioethanol is made from molasses, and now what bioethanol we are talking is from waste material, in particularly agro-industrial residues, and a lot of work has been done. We have developed position paper for DST and so on, TIFAC, a lot of work has gone. The most important point is that when you talk again sustainability, we have first of all technological sustainability, we call it TRL, technology readiness level, and then we talk of economic readiness level, and then one thing we missed out all the time, societal readiness level, whether society is ready to accept that product or process or technology or not.
Well, that's why shows like this are very important, and
so that has been completely overlooked. Completely overlooked. But then जो दूसरी बात है economic readiness level. So bioethanol की हम बात करें, पॉलिसी में बायोएथेनॉल किसी भी सोर्स से जो प्रोड्यूस हो रहा है उसकी प्राइस सबकी एक है. ये एक फ्लॉ है. एथेनॉल मोलासेस से जो बनता है वो वन स्टेप प्रोसेस है, फर्मेंटेशन एंड डिस्टिलेशन. एथेनॉल जो क्रॉप से बनता है वो पहले कलेक्शन है, फिर मिलिंग है, फिर उसका सेग्रीगेशन है, देन डिकंस्ट्रक्शन है, 3 पार्ट
उसके अपने इकोनॉमिक बिल्कुल चेन है जो
10 स्टेप्स हैं बहुत, एंड प्रोसेस इफिशिएंसी बहुत कम रहेगी.
जी, इन तमाम बहसों के बीच हरजीत जी, नेशनल ग्रीन हाइड्रोजन मिशन की भी बात होती रहती है. इस दिशा में इस वक्त हमारे देश में क्या कदम उठाए जा रहे हैं?
देखिए, अभी काफ़ी सारा तो ये रिसर्च के एम्बिट में आता है, क्योंकि ये नई टेक्नोलॉजी है. इसमें भी हम ग्रीन हाइड्रोजन पे बात करते हैं, क्योंकि अगर हमने हाइड्रोजन को फिर फॉसिल फ्यूल से बनाया तो हम प्रॉब्लम को और बढ़ाएंगे. समझने की बात यह है कि रिन्यूएबल एनर्जी जो है वो स्टील, सीमेंट, उन सेक्टर्स में नहीं लग सकती है, तो क्योंकि वो हाईली इंटेंस एनर्जी सिस्टम्स की पे डिपेंडेंट होते हैं, वहाँ पर हाइड्रोजन का रोल है. तो एक तो हाइड्रोजन को हम कैसे बना रहे हैं, क्या वो हमारे सोर्सेज ग्रीन है कि नहीं है. दूसरा, उसको ट्रांसपोर्टेशन के इश्यूज़ हैं, उसके स्टोरेज के इश्यूज़ हैं. तो अभी बहुत सारा रिसर्च एंड डेवलपमेंट फेज पर है, तो उस पर पूरी तरह से निर्भर होना सही नहीं होगा. और मैं जो प्रोफेसर पांडे ने कहा वो बात जरूर कहना चाहूँगा कि यहाँ तक कि जो रिन्यूएबल एनर्जी है उसको लेकर करके भी काफ़ी चैलेंजेस हैं, उसकी सस्टेनेबिलिटी को लेकर के। तो कहीं ना कहीं एक बड़ा सवाल जो हमें पूछना चाहिए कि हमारा डेवलपमेंट पैराडाइम क्या है। अगर हम वेस्ट के मॉडल को ब्लाइंडली फॉलो कर रहे हैं, जिसकी वजह से आज सारे क्राइसिस हैं, चाहे हम क्लाइमेट क्राइसिस की बात करें, चाहे हम बायोडाइवर्सिटी क्राइसिस की बात करें, तो जो हम आज 6th मास एक्सटिंक्शन से गुजर रहे हैं वो हमारा अपना बनाया हुआ है। और जिस तरह का हमारा कंजम्पशन है, जिस तरह से हमने इंडस्ट्रियलाइजेशन को प्रमोट किया है, तो क्या भारत भी उसी दिशा पे चलेगा जिस वजह से ये क्राइसिस आई है, या भारत का अपना मॉडल है? वो अपना मॉडल हमें नहीं दिख रहा है। और जिस तरह का हम वेस्ट जनरेट कर रहे हैं, और मैं कहना चाहूँगा, मैं गाजियाबाद में रहता हूँ, हमारे पास में गाजीपुर लैंडफिल है जो कि एक तरह का मॉन्यूमेंट है हमारे बैड डेवलपमेंट का।
We at NDTV have been reporting on for over nearly 2 decades, I think now. Every year we do a report on
हमने
it.
कूड़ा पहाड़ बनाया है, मतलब काफी शर्म की बात है। तो वो कहीं ना कहीं बताता भी है कि कितना गलत है हमारा डेवलपमेंट मॉडल।
Well, with that, we'll slip into a short break, but on the other side, we're going to look at more solutions for India's sustainability mission.
Stay informed and entertained with the new and updated NDTV News app. You can watch all our channels live, listen to podcasts, read breaking and exclusive news from around the world and more. Download the NDTV app today and get access to the best journalism and storytelling on your smartphone or tablet. The NDTV app. News that matters to you.
Landslide devastation in Kerala's Wayanad. Join NDTV's initiative. Donate for Kerala.
Hi, I'm Shreya Saran. Kerala's Wayanad area is hit by devastating landslides, resulting in loss of lives and livelihood. Kerala needs your help right now. Let's join NDTV initiative. Come, donate, let's rebuild Wayanad.
Some people say the metaverse will only be virtual. One day this lecture hall will be made of code, and driverless cars would be trapped in intersections. But even in this maze of the future, you can't wish away health. It's time to become more resilient. 10 years of Banega Swasth India, we have grown and achieved so many milestones. And now I have a plan to beat the urgency, to stop breathing with difficulty, to relieve getting choked with inactivity. Energize our government, our environment, our society, and ourselves. Everyone, everywhere, every day. Banega Swasth India. One world hygiene.
Stay informed and entertained with the new and updated NDTV News app. You can watch all our channels live, listen to podcasts, read breaking and exclusive news from around the world and more. Download the NDTV app today and get access to the best journalism and storytelling on your smartphone or tablet. The NDTV app. News that matters to you.
Landslide devastation in Kerala's Wayanad. Join NDTV's initiative. Donate for Kerala.
Hi, I'm Shreya Saran. Kerala's Wayanad area is hit by devastating landslides, resulting in loss of lives and livelihood.
Let's go back to Mr. Jain. And sir, your comments on, what is being said, the kind of models that we're following. You've been listening to the conversation. So your comments about how perhaps India needs its own models, its own way forward for a more sustainable future.
I'll restrict my comments primarily on the energy side. So if you look at
Sure.
the electricity consumption, our per capita consumption is amongst the lowest. We are still, when we compare with the developed world or the Western world, we are 1/5 or 1/6 of what they have been consuming. So while our per capita is bound to increase, but we are nowhere saying that we will match the kind of consumption that those countries have been doing. So with much more efficient technologies, with much more energy efficient technologies, we will be moving towards a much developed lifestyle, completely fed with the renewable energy. Now, a few questions which had come up in last few minutes, so I would like to just focus on that. One is the concern on whether we'll be having the available land for the solar and wind that we want to pursue, and we want to achieve the 500 gigawatt. First, let me just share that we have now today already crossed 200 gigawatt when it comes to our total generation capacity from non-fossil fuel. And I'd already told that we are on track with the target of 500 gigawatt. What, apart from land, clearly we can see the contributions coming. The PM Surya Ghar program, where Honorable Prime Minister has target that we set up solar rooftops on 1 crore households. Now that itself will ensure that majority of these households are able to generate the required electricity, and at times even more than what they require, and feed it back into the grid. And this will be completely solar electricity. Similarly, under the PM Kusum program, the entire set of farmers who are currently using diesel generator sets for irrigation pumps can move to electric pumps fed with the solar energy. So that itself will contribute to almost 40 odd gigawatt in terms of the total capacity. PM Surya Ghar Muft Bijli Yojana will contribute another 35 to 40 gigawatt. Similarly, there are clear targets that by end of 2025, all government buildings should have rooftops. So that will contribute again in a much larger way. We also have today progressed ahead with respect to offshore wind. For the first time in the country, we'll be having the first bids coming out for 500 megawatt of offshore winds to be set up in the coast of Gujarat, and another 500 megawatt will soon come out for coast of Tamil Nadu. So our assessed potential, we expect around 35-37 gigawatt of energy electricity being generated from offshore wind over the next few years. Similarly, the question which you were asking with respect to green hydrogen, yes, it's a very nascent technology worldwide, and a lot of research is still required. However, our targets and our bids, we have already production-linked incentives already there for setting up capacities for generating green hydrogen. These bids, the first tranche has already been allotted. 412,000 metric tons of capacity has already been allotted. The second tranche is about to be allotted. So we clearly see that yes, there are technologies which are coming, not just that we'll be only generating, but even the electrolyzer manufacturing. That is also being indigenized, and plants being set up for that. On the same lines, we today have 60 gigawatt of solar module manufacturing capacity in the country. And in a couple of years, we'll reach 100 gigawatt of solar module manufacturing. And now we are going backward integration to see that it is not just module manufacturing, but the solar cell manufacturing, the ingot wafer manufacturing, and the polysilicon manufacturing. All these to be set up here itself, and already the plans have coming up. So with all these,
तो आप सुनील जी, आप कह रहे हैं कि तमाम कदम उठाए जा रहे हैं, और भारत सरकार इन कदमों के लिए बहुत सारे इनिशिएटिव्स भी ले रही है, जिसमें इंटरनेशनल सोलर अलायंस, पंकज जी, भी था। भारत ने आगे बढ़कर इस अलायंस को एक तरह से एक नया रोल दिया, एक नई भूमिका दी। ऐसे में हमारे जैसे देशों के लिए, डेवलपिंग नेशंस के लिए सोलर एनर्जी, सोलर पावर कितना महत्वपूर्ण है?
सोलर एनर्जी बहुत ही महत्वपूर्ण है because solar is very cheap actually. Today, amongst all the technologies, clean energy technologies that we have in the world, solar is the cheapest. And this is because lot of efforts have gone into the R&D and technology improvement in the past 10 years. और इसलिए solar is the most eco-friendly and the cheapest source of clean energy today. And now the bigger question is that how to implement the bigger programs in solar. Like PM Kusum Yojana is one very ambitious program in India which is being implemented in a very big way. Ground mounted is already happening in a very big way, especially the arid lands of Gujarat, Rajasthan, they are all being utilized. Floating is now emerging fast. जितने बड़े डैम्स हैं, हाइड्रोइलेक्ट्रिक डैम्स हैं, वहाँ पे floating solar is like a plug and play because the grid facility, everything is available there, grid infrastructure is there. So it becomes like a plug and play. You install 100-200 megawatt capacity of floating solar, and the best thing is that after 25 years of its life cycle, when you take it out, you don't leave any footprint behind. It's zero footprint. And what I think that today more and more such technology should develop which can address multiple challenges at the same time, and that will be the sustainable way of technology advancement.
And how do you deal with our flooding rivers and our very angry mighty rivers that we have? Is that a challenge?
No, actually the floating solar is one concept which has not been used in the flowing water.
Yeah, it's in the dams.
Yes, in the dams.
But even there often we've seen the
Yeah,
flooding.
but the good thing is that because the entire plant is positioned at one location, so even if the water level goes up and down, it just moves up and down, but it remains at the same position.
सवाल ये बनता है कि क्या पॉलिसी लेवल पर जो आम सिटीजन्स हैं वो बदलाव ला सकते हैं या उस पर प्रभाव डाल सकते हैं?
Yes, there are several examples in the country जहाँ पे लोगों ने खुद अपने सो मोटो इनिशिएटिव लेके अपने जंगल को बचाए. There are examples also, water bodies, if you look at what citizens of Bangalore have done when the lakes were polluted. So you have several examples, but also there are limitations to citizens' intervention because the expectation is state has to intervene and discharge its duties, and more importantly the statutory authorities which we have. As I said, there is no dearth of authorities, but unfortunately there is no coordination happening because when we look at the mining industries, there is a different process for clearance for mining industry. You have a different process for settling rights of people, and there is no coordination happening, and that's why judiciary comes into picture. But at the same time, judiciary cannot resolve these environmental problems because it has its own limitations. So we need to look for a strong regulatory framework with a better
आपने एक
resources.
समाधान सुझाया है बिल्कुल, और यही है हमारा मकसद कि हम कैसे इंडिया सस्टेनेबल मिशन के जरिए जो हमारी ये पहल है, हमारी ये इनिशिएटिव है, उसमें समाधानों की बात करें, हमारे भविष्य की बात करें. हम ले रहे हैं एक छोटा सा ब्रेक के बाद हमारे पैनलिस्ट इस बात पर चर्चा करेंगे कि हम और आप यानी कि आम जनता क्या कर सकती है सस्टेनेबिलिटी के लिए.
Some people say the metaverse will only be virtual. One day this lecture hall will be made of code, and driverless cars would be trapped in intersections. But even in this maze of the future, you can't wish away health. It's time to become more resilient. "10 years of Banega Swasth India, we have grown and achieved so many milestones. And now I have a plan to beat the urgency, to stop breathing with difficulty, to relieve getting choked with inactivity. Energize our government, our environment, our society, and ourselves. Everyone, everywhere, every day. Banega Swasth India. One world hygiene.
Stay informed and entertained with the new and updated NDTV News app. You can watch all our channels live, listen to podcasts, read breaking and exclusive news from around the world and more. Download the NDTV app today and get access to the best journalism and storytelling on your smartphone or tablet. The NDTV app. News that matters to you.
Landslide devastation in Kerala's Wayanad. Join NDTV's initiative. Donate for Kerala.
Hi, I'm Shreya Saran. Kerala's Wayanad area is hit by devastating landslides, resulting in loss of lives and livelihood. Kerala needs your help right now. Let's join NDTV initiative. Come, donate. Let's rebuild Wayanad.
Some people say the metaverse will only be virtual. One day this lecture hall will be made of code, and driverless cars would be trapped in intersections. But even in this maze of the future, you can't wish away health. It's time to become more resilient. "10 years of Banega Swasth India, we have grown and achieved so many milestones. And now I have a plan to beat the urgency, to stop breathing with difficulty, to relieve getting choked with inactivity. Energize our government, our environment, our society, and ourselves. Everyone, everywhere, every day. Banega Swasth India. One world hygiene.
Stay informed and entertained with the new and updated NDTV News app. You can watch all our channels live, listen to podcasts, read breaking and exclusive news from around the world and more. Download the NDTV app today and get access to the best journalism and storytelling on your smartphone or tablet. The NDTV app. News that matters to you.
Landslide devastation in Kerala's Wayanad. Join NDTV's initiative. Donate for Kerala.
Hi, I'm Shreya Saran. Kerala's Wayanad area is hit by devastating landslides, resulting in loss of lives and livelihood. Kerala needs your help right now. Let's join NDTV initiative. Come, donate. Let's rebuild Wayanad.
Welcome back to our special show on India's sustainability mission, and now we have time for final comments. So first, sir, I'd like to go across to you, Mr. Jain. If you can give us your final comments. We've talked about so many issues here on the program, but how do you see the future of India from here as far as environmentally sustainable growth as well as the role of the government is concerned?
So the question which you were asking, in fact, before the break, you said, what could the citizens do? What can we do?
Yes.
I would like to focus a little on that.
Sure.
As citizens, each of us can install a rooftop solar on our houses. And there is today the largest program, PM Surya Muft Bijli Yojana. A total outlay of 75,000 crore has been allocated by the government for this program. There is a subsidy of up to 78,000 rupee for a 3 kilowatt system, and it makes economic sense. There cannot be a better investment for anyone today. You invest on this, you after subsidy, the component that you need to invest, you will be able to recover in less than 5 years. And after that, you continue to gain with the electricity that it will generate for another 20 to 25 years. So that should be the first step each of us should take. And then I told about the PM Kusum program, where yes, everyone should look whether the farmers They right now, when they are starved of electricity, they are starved of irrigation, they can easily move to solar pumps and solarizing the grid. So with these, we are
Right.
very confident that each of us take these steps forward, we'll definitely be able to attain our target of net zero for a sustainable future.
इन्हीं छोटे छोटे कदमों से एक बड़ा सुंदर भविष्य बन सकता है प्रोफेसर पांडे, लेकिन हमारे जो नागरिक हैं या हम हैं जो आम सिटीजन हैं, हम क्या करें ताकि हम एक सस्टेनेबल फ्यूचर की तरफ बढ़ पाएं अपने स्तर पर?
एक बहुत ही महत्वपूर्ण बात आपने कही है, क्योंकि अब देखिए इस पूरे डिस्कशन में देखिए हम सभी लोग जानते हैं कि सरकार ने पॉलिसीज़ बनाई हैं और इम्प्लीमेंटेशन है, कोर्ट्स की हमने बातें सुनी, ग्रीन ट्रिब्यूनल के बारे हम जानते हैं, टेक्नोलॉजी के बारे हम जानते हैं, टेक्नोलॉजी भी डेवलप हो रही है, होती ही रहेंगी। मुख्य बात यह है कि हम कैसे सफलता को हासिल करें। सफलता को हासिल करने के लिए सबसे ज़रूरी, जो शुरू में मैंने कहा था, कि क्लाइमेट एडाप्टेशन प्रोजेक्ट डेवलप करें जो लोकल नीड के अनुसार हो, वेयर पार्टिसिपेशन ऑफ एवरीबडी शुड बी इंश्योर्ड अकॉर्डिंग टू लोकल कंडीशन। और सस्टेनेबिलिटी की बात करें तो वन ऑफ द मोस्ट इम्पॉर्टेंट थिंग विच इज़ परहैप्स वन ऑफ द वीकेस्ट अमंग द होल वर्ल्ड इन आवर कंट्री, men and women both, all right, is behavioral sustainability. We would like to keep our home very clean. We would like to use, but then the moment it comes when you go outside, that misses.
So that collective responsibility
so garbage
must be
generation
there. Yes.
is the one point. Same thing is water pollution.
Right.
Now we would like to use cleanest water, but we are least concerned that you should also get the cleanest water.
बिल्कुल.
So
Right.
behavioral sustainability development, that is inculcating this kind of thought process in education from the childhood to the children. is
सही
very
बात
important.
है और यही हमारा मकसद भी है गार्गी,
So I
कि
think
हमारे सहल से
we're
बिल्कुल
making our little contribution through this program.
this is
But
what I'm saying.
Harjeet Singh, I mean, anything you'd like to add here?
Let me
Yes,
tell you.
sure.
So from that point of view, because I said to these two gentlemen when we met them, the TV is one of the most strong social media which impacts children and adult equally. And this kind of campaign would be of great compliment and great use for our country.
बिल्कुल. When we are doing this
Thank you
show,
so much.
our children at home are also getting aware that
Obviously,
our mothers are
obviously.
doing this kind
This
of
is
show
what
and
this
talking
is
about
bit
climate
by
change.
bit contribution.
Absolutely.
That is what will make change.
All right.
And this is
Harjeet
where we
Singh,
should.
final comments?
फाइनल कमेंट से पहले मैं भी बिल्कुल कहना चाहूँगा कि बहुत ही सराहनीय कदम है ये, कि एक तो हम अवेयरनेस जनरेट कर रहे हैं और साथ साथ में ये देख रहे हैं कि हमारे कदम जो है वो पॉलिसी के साथ में कैसे तालमेल बिठा सकते हैं। तो बहुत सारी पॉलिसीज़ आ रही हैं, जैसा कि सुदीप जी ने कहा, उसके साथ जुड़ना चाहिए, लेकिन अपने स्तर पर हमें देखना चाहिए कि हम इलेक्ट्रिसिटी कंजम्पशन कैसे कम कर सकते हैं, हम पब्लिक ट्रांसपोर्ट ज़्यादा से ज़्यादा कैसे यूज़ करें, इलेक्ट्रिक कार को लेकर के स्कीम्स हैं, अगर जो लोग अफोर्ड कर सकते हैं वो इलेक्ट्रिक मोबिलिटी की तरफ जाएँ, हम खाना कौन सा खा रहे हैं, अगर हम जिस तरह से एग्रीकल्चर, सस्टेनेबल एग्रीकल्चर की बात हो रही है, अगर हम ऑर्गेनिक फूड की तरफ जाते हैं तो उससे भी एमिशंस बहुत कम होते हैं। तो प्लास्टिक का यूज़ है, बहुत बड़ा एक चैलेंज है। तो हमारे अपने स्तर पर हमें देखना होगा कि हम क्या जीवन शैली जी रहे हैं, उससे हम कैसे अपने इम्पैक्ट को कम कर सकते हैं।
अपने घरों के अंदर शुरुआत करें। प्रोफेसर साहू, आम नागरिक या आम दर्शक इस वक्त आप उसको क्या सुझाएंगे, क्या करे वो कि हम एक सस्टेनेबल फ्यूचर की तरफ बढ़ें?
एक तो हम सबका जिम्मेदारी होता है, एक लाइफस्टाइल चेंज भी बहुत ज़रूरी है। जिस तरह के कंज्यूमरिस्ट लाइफस्टाइल चल रहा है उसका बड़ा इम्पेक्ट हो रहा है एनवायरनमेंट पे। बट ओवरऑल अगर हम देखा जाए, दिस इज़ नॉट जस्ट अबाउट इंडिविजुअल बिहेवियर, बट the process of decision making also needs to be more democratic, more consultative in nature when we talk about environmental resource use. And second point I want to also suggest, if you look at the regulatory structures, they need to be empowered, they need to be given more human resource, because many of these regulatory authorities, you don't have scientists. I don't know when was the last time there was recruitment for environmental scientists in pollution control boards. And third and the most important point is, we need to understand Indian environmental conditions are different from Western environmental conditions. There is a lot of diversity and we need to respect the landscape diversity and also the political diversity while making decisions. We can't have nationwide generalization of environmental policy, and that's why we are witnessing today many of these environmental disasters, because we have not taken into the federal structures into account while formulating policy.
जो बार-बार अशोक जी और हरजीत ने भी कहा कि ये समाधान लोकल ही हो सकता है।
Right, and final word, Pankaj Kumar, if you could, and also, I mean, innovation, I think, are you looking to the future that hopefully we'll have more innovations happening right here to help us for a greener future?
Sure. First of all, I would say that it's really a great thing that NDTV is playing a great role in connecting the dots between academia, industries, government, and that is so important actually. It should take a shape of movement, you know, that should reach each and every house. That is one important thing. Second thing is that today we are living in the best times in India, where the policies of the government is very supportive, very progressive, and when startups like us can reach so far, starting with a small 10 kilowatt project, today we are doing more than 60-70 megawatt scale of projects all across India. I'm sure that there are a lot of innovators, a lot of technocrats.
आप कह रहे हैं कि support मिल रहा है young innovators
Yeah,
को?
definitely. We are a very good example actually. We started from scratch and today we are doing so much.
Wonderful, and hopefully more innovators and all will come forward. But thank you so much all for joining us on this program today on this very important issue here at NDTV. And India is on its way to becoming the third largest economy in the world. This economic growth can only be sustained if we can mitigate the increasingly frequent and devastating losses from climate disasters, which can be controlled with foresight, planning and a long-term vision for a sustainable future in India.
बिल्कुल, भारत के सामने चुनौतियां बड़ी हैं, लेकिन इन चुनौतियों का सामना करने के लिए हमारे पास अवसर और रास्ते भी हैं। भारत को एक सस्टेनेबल विकासशील देश बनाने के लिए हमें मिलकर काम करना होगा। सरकार, उद्योग, समाज और आप और हम सभी की भूमिका अहम है। जहां आर्थिक विकास और पर्यावरण संरक्षण साथ साथ चले, याद रखें, छोटे छोटे कदम भी बड़े बदलाव ला सकते हैं। हर व्यक्ति की भूमिका महत्वपूर्ण है। भारत का भविष्य हमारे हाथों में है और एनडीटीवी की ये पहल हमारी प्रतिबद्धता की एक कड़ी है। नमस्कार।
गुड बाय।
Stay informed and entertained with the new and updated NDTV News app. You can watch all our channels live, listen to podcasts, read breaking and exclusive news from around the world and more. Download the NDTV app today and get access to the best journalism and storytelling on your smartphone or tablet. The NDTV app. News that matters to you.
Landslide devastation in Kerala's Wayanad. Join NDTV's initiative. Donate for Kerala.
Hi, I'm Soren. Kerala's Wayanad area is hit by devastating landslides, resulting in loss of lives and livelihood. Kerala needs your help right now. Let's join NDTV initiative. Come, donate, let's rebuild Wayanad.
Some people say the metaverse will only be virtual. One day this lecture hall will be made of code, and driverless cars would be trapped in intersections. But even in this maze of the future, you can't wish away health. It's time to become more resilient. "10 years of Banega Swasth India, we have grown and achieved so many milestones. And now I have a plan to beat the urgency, to stop breathing with difficulty, to relieve getting choked with inactivity. Energize our government, our environment, our society, and ourselves. Everyone, everywhere, every day. Banega Swasth India. One world hygiene.
Stay informed and entertained with the new and updated NDTV News app. You can watch all our channels live, listen to podcasts, read breaking and exclusive news from around the world and more. Download the NDTV app today and get access to the best journalism and storytelling on your smartphone or tablet. The NDTV app. News that matters to you.
Landslide devastation in Kerala's Wayanad. Join NDTV's initiative. Donate for Kerala.
Hi, I'm Shreya Saran. Kerala's Wayanad area is hit by devastating landslides, resulting in loss of lives and livelihood. Kerala needs your help right now. Let's join NDTV initiative. Come, donate. Let's rebuild Wayanad.
Some people say the metaverse will only be virtual. One day this lecture hall will be made of code, and driverless cars would be trapped in intersections. But even in this maze of the future, you can't wish away health. It's time to become more resilient. "10 years of Banega Swasth India, we have grown and achieved so many milestones. And now I have a plan to beat the urgency, to stop breathing with difficulty, to relieve getting choked with inactivity."
Hello and welcome. You're watching NDTV 24/7. I'm Osama Shah. There is a lot lined up today. There is a big shake-up expected in Jharkhand politics. We'll get you all of that. But first, let's take a look at the headlines. Former Jharkhand Chief Minister and Jharkhand Mukti Morcha leader Champai Soren is likely to meet with BJP leaders in New Delhi. He has dismissed the rumours of him joining the BJP. Politics over Karnataka governor's nod to prosecute Chief Minister Siddaramaiah in the Muda scam case. Congress calls it vendetta. Submits memorandum to the president, calls for a peaceful protest as well. Prohibitory orders issued in Kolkata. No meetings, rallies allowed near RG Kaur Hospital. 2 doctors and BJP leaders summoned in Kolkata rape and murder probe. A US court says Pakistan origin businessman Tahawwur Rana, wanted for 26/11 Mumbai terror attacks, can be extradited to and dismisses Rana's plea against extradition. Air India crew member allegedly assaulted in a hotel in London. The airline confirms intrusion took place. Congress has raised the issue and said that the crew had flagged lack of security at the hotel. Well, the big story that we are tracking at this hour, will Champai Soren join the BJP? That is the question. Former Jharkhand Chief Minister and senior Jharkhand Mukti Morcha leader Champai Soren, he arrived in Delhi today amid buzz of a possible switch to the BJP. The visit to the capital has sparked a flurry of political activity, with the rumours swirling about his potential defection ahead of the Jharkhand Assembly elections that will take place this year. Soon after arriving at Delhi's Indira Gandhi International Airport, Mr. Soren, he ignored questions on the potential defection and kept repeating that he has come to Delhi for personal work. Now, according to sources, the former Jharkhand Chief Minister, he met BJP leader Shubhendu Adhikari in Kolkata yesterday. 4 other JMM leaders have accompanied Mr. Soren during his visit to the national capital. Let's listen in to what Mr. Champai Soren in fact said.
देखिए, अपना निजी काम के लिए हम आए हैं। हमारा बच्ची रहता है, उससे देखने के लिए आए हैं। इसीलिए अपना निजी काम है, दिल्ली आना जाना होते रहता है। आज भी हम आए हैं। अभी हम जहाँ पर है वहीं पर है।
Chief Minister of Jharkhand, Champai Soren, there speaking to the media and clearly saying that he was repeatedly asked the question as to why he is in Delhi,
And did he meet the BJP leaders in Kolkata, to which Champai Soren clearly mentioned that he is here for personal work, and everything that he had to say he has already said, and he refuted the claims that he is likely to join the BJP. Remember, the former Jharkhand Chief Minister, Champai Soren, he is in Delhi, and there is a lot of buzz of a possible switch to the BJP, a big shake-up in the Jharkhand politics. The visit to the capital, it has in fact sparked a flurry of political activities now, and there are rumors that of his potential defection ahead of Jharkhand Assembly elections that is going to take place later this year. Now, he was at the airport where he was speaking to the media, and he said that he has come to Delhi for personal work, and that whatever that he had to say, he has already said it. He does not want to make any comment further. And remember, according to our sources, former Jharkhand Chief Minister, he met the BJP leader Shubhendu Adhikari in Kolkata just yesterday. And Prabhakar joins us to get us more on this story. Prabhakar, interesting times for Jharkhand politics. The former Chief Minister, he's here in Delhi. What is likely to happen? From what we understand, he has already met the BJP leader Shubhendu Adhikari in Kolkata yesterday.
Yeah, so there is a speculation that he might actually switch sides and join BJP. BJP has been fishing for him. Remember, the two BJP stalwarts who have been made in charge of Jharkhand election, Hemant Biswa Sharma and Shivraj Singh Chauhan, both have been talking to him. And what we are learning is that the way he was actually removed from the post of the chief ministership after Hemant Soren got out of the jail, he was not very happy about it. And that's the reason why he would be taken into the BJP fold, and he would decide to leave JMM. He is one of the very old allies of JMM, especially of Shibu Soren, who happens to be father of Hemant Soren, a founder of JMM, and that's the reason why he was chosen to replace Hemant Soren as a chief minister of Jharkhand when he was sent behind bars. But now that he came out and Champai Soren was asked to step down, so he was not very happy about the whole episode which actually followed, and he might be taken into the BJP fold, A, and B, what is the offer BJP is making to him is something which would actually decide whether he switches sides or not. As of now, he is denying that he would be switching sides. He said categorically in Ranchi and also in Delhi, talking to the media person, that he would remain where he is. But our sources inside the party confirming to us that he might actually switch sides and join BJP. And remember, Jharkhand politics is all about the tribal faces. So he will be one of the leading tribal faces for BJP. BJP have other leaders as well, like Arjun Munda, like Babulal Marandi, who happens to be the state president as well. And both of them, remember, are the former chief ministers of Jharkhand. So here's a situation where if Champai Soren joins BJP, there would be 3 former chief ministers, all very senior leaders actually in the BJP fold.
Right, like you mentioned, he's a big tribal face in Jharkhand, and considering that he has already, from what we understand, he already has support of at least 3 to 5 MLAs there. How crucial is it going to be for the BJP then to get him into their fold so that they can increase their chances of doing well in the state elections?
So basically, it's a perspective game. It's a game of perception, actually. So the numbers would not affect the government because Jharkhand anyways would be going to poll in another 4 to 5 months. So it's a perception game. And seeing the Lok Sabha election results, BJP traditionally did not do well in the tribal seats. Jharkhand is a tribal dominated state. So they need more tribal faces to be on their side. Champai Soren, after he became the chief minister, he has become a prominent tribal face in Jharkhand, no doubt about it. As I mentioned you, there are other tribal faces as well. Babulal Marandi, who happens to be a former chief minister. Then you have Arjun Munda, who is not only former chief minister, but a former union minister. So they're all on the BJP camp, and they are spearheading the campaign. So if Champai Soren joins, certainly it would have an impact, especially in the Kolhan region from where he hails, that is the area around Jamshedpur. So that's the region where Champai Soren actually comes as an MLA, and he would have a major impact, at least on 10 to 15 seats in that particular region.
All right, Prabhakar Kumar, thank you very much for getting us all the latest. So, big shake-up is expected in Jharkhand politics, and according to our sources, Jharkhand BJP is a little unsure at the time of Champai's pull in the tribal belt as well. The former Jharkhand Chief Minister, Champai Soren, he is already in Delhi, and he has rubbished the rumors of him joining the BJP. But from what we understand, and from what Prabhakar was also mentioning, is that there are rumors swirling around about his potential defection ahead of the upcoming Jharkhand Assembly elections. And there has been a road accident in Bulandshahr. A private bus and a pickup vehicle collided violently in Bulandshahr. It is being told that the pickup was going to Sambhal from Ghaziabad. According to the locals, 10 people have died so far in this particular accident, and 37 people are injured. This official confirmation of the deaths has been given by the district magistrate himself. Tanishq Punjabi joins us to get us more on this. Tanishq, what is the latest, and what more can you tell us about this accident?
Well, Osama, very unfortunate accident that happened in Uttar Pradesh, Bulandshahr. So, as you rightly said, it has claimed the lives of 10 people, and around 37 people are injured. So, but of course, the number of people who've lost their life could also increase. 4 people out of those injured have been referred to the Meerut Central Hospital, and all the administrative staff, including DMs, Superintendent of Police, and all the administrative officials have reached the spot. Some of them have, of course, been admitted to the regional hospital, while some have been referred to Meerut. So Meerut is nearby to Bulandshahr. So, well, of course, the reports indicate that the occupants of the Max vehicle were employees of a Ghaziabad company and were returning home to Aligarh to celebrate Raksha Bandhan festival. Unfortunately, the accident happened. The accident happened. The place where actually the accident took place is Salehpur of Bulandshahr. That's on the Badaयूं-Meerut State Highway. So this is where the exact location of the accident. The collision is between a pickup truck and a bus. So as of now, what we know latest so far is that 10 people have lost their lives, 37 people are injured, but the death toll could of course increase as well. Yes.
All right, Tanishq Punjabi, thank you very much for getting us all the latest in that story. And the administrative staff, they are engaged in rescue operations. All the top officials of the district are on the spot at the moment, and the victims are also being admitted to other hospitals, including the district hospital, from what Tanishq was mentioning. This accident, it happened in Salehpur of Bulandshahr on the Badaयूं-Meerut State Highway. And the number of cancer cases are on the rise across the globe. Let's take a look at this exclusive and detailed interview by Shubhangi Mishra on how can we reduce the risk of cancer. Top oncologist Dr. Samir Kaul, he joined NDTV. Let's take a look at this exclusive interview.
Hello and welcome to NDTV. I am Shubhangi Mishra. In the next 20 minutes, we are going to talk about a disease which has seen an 80% increase since 1990s, cancer. As per WHO, in the year 2022, 11.6% women globally were suffering with breast cancer. However, if we take proper precautions, we can actually help in the early detection and prevention of this disease. We are joined by a well-known oncologist to talk in depth about the prevention, Dr. Samir Kaul. Thank you so much for speaking to NDTV. He's a senior consultant at Apollo Cancer Institute, New Delhi. Dr. Kaul, let me begin by asking you, as an oncologist, what advice will you give to the women, especially younger women, if they want to get a checkup for breast cancer?
As far as giving you advice is concerned, I'd say that it depends on, do you have first thing that you need to do is become aware at least about some basics. basic information about breast cancer. If you're young women, and I'm particularly addressing younger women. When I say younger women, I'm saying someone who's between the age of 18 to 45 or between 19 to 37. These are the two kind of, let me say, young age with breast cancer. Yeah. I'd say that be aware that you need to know your history. Do you have a family history of breast cancer? Not only breast cancer. Do you have anyone in the family, particularly on your mother's side, who may have suffered either from breast cancer or from ovarian cancer, particularly breast cancer after 50, or ovarian cancer, or even uterine cancer? Or was there a male member in your family who had breast cancer? You know that males also get breast cancer, so 10% is male breast cancer. Or did anyone get metastatic prostate cancer for that, or even pancreatic cancer at any age? So if your family, know your family history. It's like knowing your family tree, because as we are advancing in cancer treatment, we are realizing that genetics plays a very important role. And we are realizing it now. So be aware if there is a BRCA1, BRCA2 mutation or any of the known mutations. I mean, that's getting a bit technical for you, isn't it? But forget that. Just know your family history. And if at all in the past anyone had bilateral breast cancer, triple negative breast cancer in your family, then you need to know it. Why? Because then you need to be very, very careful with your checkups. Modify your lifestyle. The first thing that you can do is what you eat and what you drink. So when I say eat and drink, I come straight to alcohol. I also like my drink, but then I will be erring if I don't tell you that a woman who takes one drink every day stands 7 to 10% chance of developing postmenopausal breast cancer. Postmenopausal means after menopause. And if she takes, let us say, 2 to 3 or 4 drinks, then her risk of developing breast cancer goes up to almost 20%. So it's such a strong thing, alcohol. If you have to have it within the limits. That's very important. So that's one thing you can do. So that's one thing we must do. Number 2, as per what currently available guidelines, obesity. Don't put on weight more than you should. Get your body dynamics in order. How much should your fat content be? How much should your protein content in the body be for your particular age, for your particular height? Any machine today will tell you, a BMI machine, what is your basal metabolic index. Know that you need to not put on weight, because putting on weight is straight away linked to postmenopausal breast cancer. And what's important is that if you put this weight on after you attained menopause, then the risk is higher. By the way, a risk only means that you stand a more chance of getting it. It doesn't mean you'll certainly get it, as long as you understand that. So, make sure that you're not obese, because not only is obesity linked to breast cancer, it's linked to uterine cancer, to colonic cancer, to male prostatic cancer, so many cancers. Yeah. Now, losing weight is, keeping your weight in check is one thing, which means the fat content. But whether you're having physical activity or not is another independent risk factor, which means, are you exercising? Are you at least committing your body to at least 300 minutes of moderate exercise in a week? That is because that is, as per the guidelines, WHO guidelines, that is what you should be doing. And maybe 150 minutes of strenuous activity if you want.
Dr. Kaul, that's a very important point which you're making, especially lifestyle changes in terms of what you eat, how you eat, where you are, if you're doing proper exercise or not. That's very important for anybody and everybody, be it young women, especially above the age of 50 as well. My next question to you, sir, would be ICMR, Indian Council of Medical Research, in its projection 2022 stated that cancer cases in India are expected to rise from 14 lakh in 2022 to over 15 lakh. I know, as alarming as it sounds, but of course there are preventions, as you are stating. But again, I mean, how we can prevent it, and who and at what age should we get the screening and everything?
Your question is that the ICMR says that in future the incidence, which means the new patients with breast cancer, is going to increase.
Yes, in 2025.
Well, these are figures actually which come from the Globocan usually. The global cancer count, so as to say, which is usually conducted by the IARC, the Union Against Cancer Control, which is based out of Lyons in France. And we also do our own thing, of course, but they have also projected that up ahead. There are two things that will happen. Number one, the number of breast cancer cases will increase, and there will be a demographic shift, which means more younger women are more likely to get it. You know, as opposed to breast cancer earlier being a cancer of after 50, but over a period of time we saw that migration. You know, at that point of time, only 10% of cancer overall was early breast cancer. You know, was breast cancer in the young. Mostly it was above 50. And when we were getting trained, we were also taught the woman above 50 is the one who will get it. You know, that was the mindset. But we've seen the migration. So, you know, we've seen teens, adolescents of late coming with these breast cancer things.
Just a follow-up question. Doctor, why is it happening? For the benefit of our viewers, if you can tell, why are younger women, especially in the age group of 20 to 40, why are they getting breast cancer? Any particular reason for it?
Well, I just think that they're so busy with their own lives at that point of time with so much to do, setting up, making up a career, thinking about what they will do in life, facing the anxieties of the future in their own ways. We all do it. So that giving credence to their own body parts is not something that occurs to them naturally.
Yeah.
Number two, people who realize that they have a problem then report it quite late because they fight it a lot at their own level. They don't even immediately go because there are so many things associated with it. So that is happening. Plus, I think the lifestyle factors that have changed, like I told you about, the diet, the junk food that has come in, the traveling around for work, being busy with your work so much, career oriented, having your child after 30, you know, not falling pregnant till you're 30, which means later marriages and later, obviously, childbirth is something that puts you at more risk of getting the breast cancer. The other thing is breastfeeding, as usual. If you've not done it for a year, then it puts you at some kind of risk to develop breast cancer. It's all about this bad estradiol hormone. It's one of the estrogens that does the bad thing, you know. And so all the occasions and the events and the environment that you provide for this 8-estradiol to work on the endocrine organ of a breast or a uterus for that matter also tries to create a lot of harm. Yes, birth control pills is another one.
I'll just come back to the question which I asked you, Doctor, for the benefit of our viewers who are watching, especially women and be it men also. When do you think is the right time for them to get themselves tested? I mean, if I am 20 or 22 or whatever.
Sorry, I'll be interrupting you. That's another reason young women are getting it more and more is because these breast screenings in most of the world start at 40. That is the answer to your current question. Yes, so we have to think about this and maybe migrate this a little bit earlier. We do it, we migrate it earlier for women at risk, you know, like I told you, family history or precancerous conditions in the same woman. For those who are at higher risk, and I talked about them earlier, we do it earlier for them. For them, you know, I'd say even 30 is good enough. But because we are doing it, most of the screening in the world happen after 40, the younger women with breast cancer are missing those screenings. So that's one of the reasons that you find this happening more.
For most women, regular breast cancer screening does not begin at least till the age of 40. So in that case, younger women diagnosed with breast cancer tend to have later stage tumors. What do we do in such conditions? Like, is there any which ways we can
Not only that, these early onset women don't just have chances of getting their cancer detected at late stages. We also find that they are difficult to treat. For us, they're difficult, more challenging to treat in terms of the psychological input that needs to be given in terms of the body image and preservation of the organ and so many other things. And their disease is much more biologically aggressive for some reason. And they have a chance of getting triple negative cancers which are more difficult to treat and don't fare so well with treatment. So all these things make it more difficult for them. and psychological input, anxiety, future, body image, depressions, abruption of relationships, abruption of promising careers, a whole lot.
I mean, as alarming as it must be sounding for our viewers, I would take the conversation to a lighter note. I mean, there are people who are suffering from cancer and they are very much, they have suffered it and they are very much out of it and they are leading a healthy and a regular lifestyle. For anybody who is a cancer patient as of now, what suggestion would you give to them?
I just say that the same things that put you at risk need to be kept in your future also. Don't put on weight, don't drink alcohol, have good activity, be a good human being, and get your screenings right, get your go to your doctor, whoever is supervising you once a while. That's all. And be aware of your body. Keep checking your body, be aware of it. Give your some space for your own health in your own mind, in your daily routine. Put it in your life. Think about yourself. You don't have to only think about relationships. When you think about yourself, think about your body. How is it going to fare? Because this is, believe me, when it starts going wrong, ask people like me who have lived more, then it troubles you. So, prevention is so much better than cure.
Prevention is so much better than cure. I mean, that's the message we should all follow. My very last question to you, Doctor, would be not just women, but men also, as you pointed out in the starting of our conversation, are also at risk. And if we look at data by WHO or any data, credible data, cancer is one of the leading causes of death worldwide. Lack of physical activity, obesity, and not following healthy lifestyle are all linked to cancer. Tell us, for the benefit of our viewers, what signs and symptoms of cancer should be, which are more prone to. Like, for example, if you and I are sitting here and talking, even in men, who are more prone to get cancer in their life?
Look at your bodies, check if there are any lumps, bumps, anything. Do you have a family history? I started with the family history. Pichda janam ka pata karo. Find out what happened in the past. Because that is so much relevant to the future and we are only just realizing it.
Right.
Much to our chagrin, but we are. Right. So, find out what is happening in the past in your family. Are you especially prone to any particular cancer? Then you take those precautions. Look at your body, look at your bumps, look at if there are anything in the axilla. Look at a cuff, worry about a cuff that is not going away, or if you're coughing something out which you shouldn't be, like some blood or something. Or you have a nagging cough which is not going away. There's a pain anywhere in the body, anywhere for that matter, because you could get, except the nails and maybe the hair, everything can get a cancer in your body. And we do get them. So just be more aware, correct the same lifestyle changes, go for your checkups, give space to health. Make a visit to a doctor an important part of your life, believe me. Don't just go to your doctor when your body breaks down, when there is a problem. Dyspepsia, just a little bit of burning sensation, can't just be acidity all the time. Out of 100 people getting that acidity, a couple of them, that acidity would have been because of a gastric cancer. The change in bowel habits, which just happened, worry about it. You're suddenly constipated when you were not. Worry about it. Try and find answers to the aberrations that you face in your daily lives. Just more awareness. Go in.
Thank you so much for speaking to NDTV, Dr. Kaul. I appreciate your time. For the benefit of our viewers, your insightful thoughts were very crucial. I'm very sure for all of the viewers who are watching us right now.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Stay informed and entertained with the new and updated NDTV News app. You can watch all our channels live, listen to podcasts, read breaking and exclusive news from around the world and more. Download the NDTV app today and get access to the best journalism and storytelling on your smartphone or tablet. The NDTV app. News that matters to you.
Landslide devastation in Kerala's Wayanad. Join NDTV's initiative. Donate for Kerala.
Hi, I'm Champai Soren. Kerala's Wayanad area is hit by devastating landslides, resulting in loss of lives and livelihood. Kerala needs your help right now. Let's join NDTV initiative. Come, donate. Let's rebuild Wayanad.
Some people say the metaverse will only be virtual. One day this lecture hall will be made of code, and driverless cars would be trapped in intersections. But even in this maze of the future, you can't wish away health. It's time to become more resilient. "10 years of Banega Swasth India, we have grown and achieved so many milestones.
Hello and welcome. You're watching NDTV 24/7. I'm Osama Shab. There has been an accident in Bulandshahr and 10 people have lost their lives. We'll get you all of that details. But first, let's take a look at the headlines. Former Jharkhand Chief Minister and Jharkhand Mukti Morcha leader Champai Soren is likely to meet with BJP leaders in New Delhi. He has dismissed the rumours of him joining BJP. Politics over Karnataka. Governors nodded to prosecute Chief Minister Siddaramaiah in the Muda scam case. Congress calls it vendetta, submits a memoranda to the President and calls for peaceful protests. Prohibitory orders issued in Kolkata. No meetings, rallies allowed near RG Kar Hospital. 2 doctors and BJP leaders summoned in Kolkata rape and murder probe. A US court says Pakistan origin businessman Tahawwur Rana, wanted for 26/11 Mumbai terror attacks, can be extradited to and dismisses Rana's plea against extradition. Air India crew member allegedly assaulted in a hotel in London. The airline confirms intrusion took place. Congress, in the meanwhile, has raised the issue and said that the crew had flagged lack of security at the hotel. Well, former Jharkhand Chief Minister and senior Jharkhand Mukti Morcha leader Champai Soren, he arrived in Delhi today amid buzz of a possible switch to the BJP. The visit to the capital has sparked a flurry of political activity, with rumours swirling about his potential defection ahead of the Jharkhand Assembly election that is going to take place later this year. Now, soon after arriving at Delhi's Indira Gandhi International Airport, Mr. Soren, he ignored questions on the potential defection and said that he has come here for personal work. Now, according to sources, the former Jharkhand Chief Minister, he met with BJP leader Shubhendu Adhikari in Kolkata yesterday. 4 other Jharkhand leaders, Jharkhand Mukti Morcha leaders, have accompanied Mr. Soren during his visit to the national capital. According to sources, though, Jharkhand BJP is unsure of Champai's pull in the tribal belt.
देखिए, अपना निजी काम के लिए हम आए हैं। हमारा बच्ची रहता है, उससे देखने के लिए आए हैं। इसीलिए अपना निजी काम है, दिल्ली आना जाना होते रहता है। आज भी हम आए हैं। अभी हम जहाँ पर है वहीं पर है।
The 2 BJP stalwarts who have been made in charge of Jharkhand election, Hemant Biswa Sharma and Shivraj Singh Chauhan, both have been talking to him. And what we are learning is that the way he was actually removed from the post of the chief ministership after Hemant Soren got out of the jail, he was not very happy about it. And that's the reason why he would be taken into the BJP fold, and he would decide to leave JMM. He is one of the very old allies of JMM, especially of Shibu Soren, who happens to be father of Hemant Soren, a founder of JMM, and that's the reason why he was chosen to replace Hemant Soren as a Chief Minister of Jharkhand when he was sent behind bars. But now that he came out and Champai Soren was asked to step down, so he was not very happy about the whole episode which actually followed, and he might be taken into the BJP fold A, and B, what is the offer BJP is making to him is something which would actually decide whether he switches sides or not. As of now, he is denying that he would be switching sides. He said categorically in Ranchi and also in Delhi, talking to the media person, that he would remain where he is. But our sources inside the party confirming to us that he might actually switch sides and join BJP. And remember, Jharkhand politics is all about the tribal faces. So he will be one of the leading tribal faces for BJP. There's a situation where if Champai Soren joins BJP, there would be 3 former chief ministers, all very senior leaders actually in the BJP fold.
Kolkata police have banned gatherings around the RG Kar Medical College and Hospital in Kolkata for 7 days amid protests against the rape and murder of a postgraduate trainee doctor. Now, the Ministry of Home Affairs has issued a diktat to all the states asking them to submit reports on law and order situation every 2 hours. Now, this comes as the investigation into the case, it continues, a team of 5 experts as well. In fact, 2 doctors and a BJP leader, they have also been summoned in this particular case.
वो बहुत ही करप्टेड आदमी है। वो आरजीकर मेडिकल कॉलेज में स्टूडेंट लोगों को फेल कराना, टेंडर ऑर्डर देकर के 20% कमीशन लेना, मतलब आरजीकर में जो भी काम होता था, पोस्टिंग हो, ट्रांसफर हो, हाउस स्टाफशिप हो, सब जगह वो पैसा खाते थे। सिर्फ यही नहीं, गेस्ट हाउस में जूनियर जो स्टूडेंट है उन लोगों को बैठ करके शराब वगैरह पिलाते थे और उन स्टूडेंट लोगों से आंदोलन भी करवाते थे। मतलब एक माफिया राजा बोल सकते हैं। मैंने अपनी पूरे कैरियर में इतना गंदा इंसान नहीं देखा। और वो खुद उनके सिक्योरिटी के लिए 20 आदमी था, प्लस 4 आदमी बाउंसर को लेके चलते। इन्फ्लुएंशियल पावरफुल है, क्योंकि मैंने उनके अगेंस्ट में कंप्लेन किया था। मैं 2023 साल जुलाई में मैंने कंप्लेन किया था।
And Tanushka joins us to get us more on this story. Tanushka, the Kolkata police have banned gatherings around the RG Kar Medical Hospital. The authorities, they are making sure that there is no untoward incident like we witnessed a couple of days ago. All right, we'll try and get Tanushka back again. Tanushka, if you can hear me, the Kolkata police, like we have been reporting, it has banned gatherings around the RG Kar Medical College and Hospital. What are the latest details that you can give us?
So what we know right now is that Section 163 of the BNF has been imposed around the peripheral area of the RG Kar Medical Hospital, and just now 2 CBI teams have arrived at the hospital. One has been deployed at the administration block of the hospital and the other at the emergency building. So the CBI team has again arrived at the RG Kar Medical Hospital for their investigation. They were there yesterday as well. What we also know, looking into the gravity of the case, a team of experts from the Central Forensic Science Labs from Delhi has reached Kolkata and will conduct psychological tests on the prime accused Sanjay Roy. What we know of psychological tests is that it will be a psychological autopsy of the criminal's brain, which means that this team, CFSL team of 5 doctors, which has reached Kolkata, will ask Sanjay Roy some questions, which is a list of questions that has been prepared. And in this test, Sanjay Roy's brain will be studied, or in other words, his brain will be psychologically understood. So for this test, the CBI does not need any permission from the court. But the important thing is that through this test and after the conclusion of this test, brain mapping, lie detector and a narcotic test of the accused can be done with the court's permission as per need. So, and other than this, what we also know is that Kolkata police has issued notices to two doctors, Dr. Kunal Sarkar and Dr. Subharno Goswami, in connection with spreading rumors regarding the rape and murder of the doctor at the hospital. And BJP leader Lokit Chatterjee has also been issued a notice. All of them have been asked to appear before the police at around 3 p.m. today. And this is with respect to Dr. Subharno earlier giving interviews to channels claiming that he has seen the post-mortem report and regarding, whereas the Kolkata police has categorically refuted all claims of how the body was found, the fractures, the pelvic bone having fractures, and the amount of semen found. The Kolkata police has refuted these claims as fake news and said that the post-mortem report says no such thing. So a lot of developments on this front. Two CBI teams have also just arrived at Arjikor Medical Hospital, and investigation is still on. It has been 7 days since the rape and murder, and people are still, not just doctors, but people across the country are still thronging onto the streets and protesting against this gruesome rape and murder crime.
Absolutely, and like you mentioned, Tanushka, despite assurances by the Health Ministry and the other authorities, the doctors, they have decided to continue this indefinite protest. So clearly, these doctors and people who are protesting, they have clearly lost faith in the authorities there.
Precisely, Osama, and not just the Federation of the Resident Doctors, but even the National Federation has, said that all strikes and will go on indefinitely until their demands for not just justice but the demand for central protection law is also met with. The central protection law will ensure a centralized security system for doctors at these hospitals. This is what their major demand is. Independent RDAs, Resident Doctors Associations across states they're also continuing with their protests and their strikes.
Right.
What we also must note is that elective services are on a halt. Emergency services will continue, but OPD services are not in function right now across board at hospitals,
Right.
government hospitals.
Okay, Tanushka Datta, thank you very much for getting us all the latest from the ground there. In fact, my colleague Anuj Raite, he spoke to some of the doctors who have been protesting. Let's listen in to what they had to say.
बताइए कि ये मूवमेंट जो है ये हॉस्पिटल के बाहर निकल के अभी रास्तों पे आ गया है। हाँ। ये पूरे प्रोटेस्ट इसका कितना इंपॉर्टेंस देखती है आप?
This is for the security of the nurses and the doctors over here, who are women who are being held, all the thing. And I would give justice, and they should be punished in such a way. They should get punishment in such a way, not hang or just murder. Or they should be in such a way that they should know the pain of a woman, what is going through. That's what I require.
These are some strong voices from the women. We'd like to talk to some. मैम क्या आप हॉस्पिटल या हेल्थ केयर प्रोफेशन में काम करते हो?
नहीं, हम लोग शिव आरोग्य से ना उद्धव साहब ठाकरे की तरफ से आए हैं और ये आंदोलन का हमारे तरफ से पार्टिंबा है।
ठीक है। आप जब बात करते हो जस्टिस की, यहाँ पे इतनी सारी औरतें हैं, इतने सारे यंग स्टूडेंट्स हैं, वो सब जस्टिस की मांग कर रहे हैं। जो डॉक्टर्स है वो चाहते कि कोई एक्ट पास हो डॉक्टर्स के प्रोटेक्शन के लिए। आपके हिसाब से जस्टिस का मीनिंग क्या है? आपके लिए जस्टिस क्या मायने रखता है यहाँ पे?
जैसे महाराष्ट्र सरकार ने 2010 में डॉक्टर के संरक्षण के लिए जो तैयार किया है कायदा, वैसे ही कायदा पूरे भारत में हर स्टेट में हो। उसकी वजह से सब डॉक्टर, नर्सेज और मेडिकल स्टाफ को सिक्योरिटी मिल सकती है, यही मांग रहे हैं।
We can see this is the reciprocation of the demand made by the doctors as well. We'd like to talk to some young people here. आप बताइए कि as a youngster living in this country, you can all come forward. You can all come forward. As youngsters, as young women living in the country, how important do you think this movement is, not just for the doctor community, but for the country as such?
It's very important for the safety purpose also, because we are not feeling safe anywhere. If a hospital is very unsafe, तो कोई भी कहीं पे safe नहीं feel कर सकता. So this is more important to feel safe first of all.
हॉस्पिटल जैसी जगहों में अगर रेप हो रहा है, आई एम अ डॉक्टर, इट्स द सेफ प्लेस फॉर अस. अगर वही जगह पे रेप हो रहा है, वेयर इज द जस्टिस? वी डोंट फील सेफ इन दिस कंट्री एनीमोर.
And the Congress in Karnataka will stage statewide protests against the permission given by Governor to prosecute Chief Minister Siddaramaiah for his alleged role in the Muda land scam case. Now, the Congress State President D.K. Shivkumar, he called upon the party leaders and workers to take out a kilometre-long march to the taluk and district level offices and submit memoranda addressed to the President of India, Draupadi Murmu, against the governor's move.
ಎಲ್ಲ ಜಿಲ್ಲಾ ಕೇಂದ್ರಗಳಲ್ಲೂ ಕೂಡ ಕಾಂಗ್ರೆಸ್ ಪಕ್ಷದ ಕಾರ್ಯಕರ್ತರು ಮುಖಂಡರುಗಳು ರಾಷ್ಟ್ರಪತಿಗಳಿಗೆ ಅವರು ರೆಪ್ರೆಸೆಂಟೇಷನ್ನ ಕಳಿಸ್ಕೊಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ. ಏಕೆಂದರೆ ಇವತ್ತು ಪ್ರಜಾಪ್ರಭುತ್ವದ ಒಂದು ಕಗ್ಗೋಲೆ, ಒಂದು ದೊಡ್ಡ ಸರ್ಕಾರನ ಇಶ್ಯೂ ಇಲ್ಲದೆ ಒಂದನ್ನ ಇಶ್ಯೂ ಮಾಡೋಕ್ಕೆ ಇವತ್ತು ಹೊರಟಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ನಾವೆಲ್ಲ ನಮ್ಮ ಮುಖಂಡಗಳಿಗೆಲ್ಲ ನಾವು ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ದೀವಿ. ಎಲ್ಲ ಜಿಲ್ಲಾ ಕೇಂದ್ರಗಳಲ್ಲೂ ಕೂಡ ಅವರು ಪ್ರತಿಭಟನೆಯನ್ನು ಮಾಡಬೇಕು, ಶಾಂತಿಯುತವಾಗಿ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು.
There has been a road accident in Bulandshahr. A private bus and a pickup vehicle collided violently. It is being told that the pickup truck was going to Sambhal from Ghaziabad, and according to the local people, 10 people have died so far in this particular accident and 37 people are injured. This is what the district magistrate has confirmed. The number of people who lost their lives in this accident can be bigger is what we are learning at this moment. In fact, Tanish Punjabi, my colleague, joins us to get us more on this. Tanish, what is the latest that you can tell us about this accident and about the rescue operations as well?
Well, you know, Osama, a tragic, very, very tragic accident in Uttar Pradesh, Bulandshahr district claimed the lives of 10 people. Today, around 10 people have died and around 37 individuals are injured. The incident that occurred was near the Salempur police station when a passenger-filled bus collided head-on with a pickup truck. Now, of course, upon receiving news of the accident, all the top officials of the district are present on the spot. The district magistrate, the SSP and other administrative officials, all of them are present on the spot. The injured have been taken to the local hospital and 4 of them have been referred to Meerut as well. So, of course, a very tragic incident. Now, what happened was, in pickup truck, it is being reported that they were employees of some Ghaziabad company and were returning from home to Aligarh to, of course, celebrate Raksha Bandhan, and unfortunately, this accident happened. So as of now, what we know are 10 people are injured. The death toll could go up as well. But as of now, the latest update is that 37 people are injured and 10 people have died.
All right, Tanish Punjabi, thank you very much for getting us all the latest. So the administrative staff, they have been engaged in rescue operations along with all the top officials of the district, and the victims are being admitted to the hospital, including the district hospital as well. And a US court ruled that Pakistani-backed terror mastermind Tahawwur Rana, wanted in India for his role in the 2008 Mumbai terror attacks that killed over 160 people, can be sent to India under the Indo-US extradition treaty. Now, Rana is in a Los Angeles jail over charges linked to the 26/11 Mumbai terror attacks. Rana is also known to be associated with Pakistani-American Lashkar-e-Taiba terrorist David Coleman Headley, one of the main conspirators of this attack. He is also accused of having links with Pakistan's inter-services intelligence, the ISI. In fact, my colleague Anuj Raiti, he spoke to 26/11 survivor Amrita Raichan, who recounts the horror of that dreadful night. Let's listen in.
As this entire event kind of went into the backdrop in, say, a month or two, did there enter some sense of wanting justice from this event and wanting to find out who was it? Because it all made it to the news that, oh, there's a particular organization, a particular country behind this entire thing happening. But as someone who had seen it so up close and personal, when did you start thinking about it? When did you start, in a way, seeking justice in your mind at least?
You know, my entire family is very clued in with whatever goes on. And I think, yes, I think it was slow, but I think we were moving in the right direction. And, you know, we, as a family, we are a very positive family. We like to see the glass half full rather than half empty. You know, there's nothing that one can do to criticize, you know, there's no point in criticizing. What I think I criticize the most was the way things were handled on those 2 nights. I think till today I feel things could have moved much faster, you know. But again, that's a matter of past. I think our country had never faced this kind of an attack in a, you know, in a city like this. You know, there has been even worse attacks. In fact, I know a lot of people turn around and said, now that this happened in South Bombay, now that it happened in Mumbai, suddenly everybody has woken up. And it's a very fair accusation. Because yes, terrorist attacks have happened to a way more brutal extent in other cities and smaller cities. In you know, Kashmir, it keeps happening. And but this was, like you rightly said, this is the first time a lot of civilians came face to face. You know, civilians of a big city, I can say, that came face to face with terror. And the face of terror is, you know, it is obviously deadly. It is monstrous.
And in Tokyo 3 years ago, Avni Lakhera, she had become the first Indian female Paralympian to win 2 medals, that is a gold and a bronze in Paralympics history. She will now lead India's charge in Paris. Remember, 84-member strong contingent is going for the Paris Paralympics, and it is expected that India might win 25 medals this time around. Right after the Tokyo Paralympics, you said that these games basically got you out of your shell. What did you mean by that?
I think before that I was not sure if I should continue shooting, and you know, there were a lot of ups and downs, and it was something कि मुझे ऐसा लगता था कि होगा नहीं होगा, but then when I went there, you know, जब आप उस challenge से होते हो, आपकी एक fatigue limit cross हो जाती है कि आप या तो होगा या नहीं होगा, and then when you go there, you just trust the process. You think, okay, one shot at a time, and that's it. And
you're talking about mental fatigue?
Yes, mental definitely. So when that happens, आप कोशिश करते हो कि ठीक है, अभी मुझे बस अपने आप पे फोकस करना है, और उसके साथ साथ आप एज अ पर्सन भी काफ़ी मैच्योर होते हो, आप एज अ पर्सन भी काफ़ी कुछ सीखने को मिलता है. गेम आपको काफ़ी कुछ सिखाता है इन पर्सनल लाइफ एज वेल. So that is why I said that I've changed a lot.
We have been hearing about how this is the largest contingent that is going for the Paralympics for the first time. 84 athletes are traveling there. Do you think that adds a little more pressure to get more medals, or do you think, like Vimalji was saying, it's a matter of perception for people, and all you need to do is give your best?
I mean, I think all of us are very excited to represent the country, and if there is an increase in number of the athletes, I think there can be an increase of number in the medal tally as well. And we are just taking it like one more. Personally, I am taking it like one more platform to go there and enjoy myself, because that is what I love to do, and that is how I started shooting. So I'm focusing on that. This time 84 athletes are going to be representing India in the Paralympics games, and I would like to request all the viewers और सभी को कि वो हमारे लिए cheer करें, हमारे लिए pray करें, और हमें motivate करें कि हम वहाँ जाके इंडिया के लिए और medals लेकर आएं.
और आप NDTV पे आपको देखें.
और NDTV पे मुझे देखें, और सभी athletes को देखें.
Thank you so much. Wish you all the best.
Thank you so much.
All the best. Thank you. And now join us as we chat with Hollywood legends Halle Berry and Mark Wahlberg about their new film, The Union. NDTV's Arun Singh, he will test their on-screen chemistry with a fun quiz and get the inside scoop on their roles and behind-the-scenes moments.
How often?